WIFT PM.
Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
So glad that the Lord keeps on blessing. Y'all, I must say, every day He's making a way. Ooh, keep on blessing me. Blessed in the city, blessed in the field, even when you come and go. I'm so glad that the Lord keeps on blessing me. Y'all, I must say, in spite of He just keep on. Yeah. Keep on blessing me. Oh, keep on blessing me. Blessing me. Blessing me. In spite of me, he keeps on blessing me. Blessing me. I don't deserve it. He keeps on blessing me. Blessing me. All the time. He keeps on blessing me. Blessing me. Lord, we need you. Lord, we need you. Lord, we need you. Can't make it unless you. We need you to stop it. Come on and stop it. Do it every day, every hour. Come on and do it. Do it for us now. Somebody in a hospital. Somebody down. Don't feel too well, but bless us now. In the name of Jesus. Oh, please. That's what Grandmama said. Please. Oh, please. Yeah. Oh, please. Yeah. Keep on blessing. Keep on blessing me. While I'm driving the car. While I'm sweeping the floor. While I'm cooking dinner. Taking the kids to school. Walking down the street. Walking through the grocery store. Keep on blessing me. Anywhere that I stand. Anywhere that I stand. Keep on blessing me. In the name of Jesus. Thou son of David. Keep on blessing me. Have mercy, oh God. Please don't ever stop. Please don't ever stop. When I'm disobedient, please don't ever stop. When I go against your will, please don't ever stop. When I turn away side, please don't ever stop. Oh, please. Lord, please. Lord, please. Please don't ever stop. Please don't ever stop. Please don't ever stop. Please don't ever stop. Not just for me, but don't stop. Don't stop blessing my family. Don't stop blessing my friends. Even bless my enemies. Oh, please. Yeah, please.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And off the sealed carry, I stay with the pipe. For Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson, here on what is this, Wednesday? Is it hump day? Hey, Reese, is it week 304? You week 304 in the day?
Nah, April 6th.
All right, so y'all check out my man DJ Reese, the Ruler Toy. They'll be back on the air. You'll get your week 304 Wednesdays back April 6th. Back in the building, back on the set. You know, I ain't had to wipe down in a few weeks. I ain't had to, you know, but I've been missing the little squad a little bit. You got to watch. I feel like Toy probably took vacation because she knew that there was because of the merger between Spirit and Frontier. She probably on a world tour now. Toy probably done went to like 13 cities in the you know, because they go to like, where they go to? Do they go to the main cities? They go to the off airport. No, they don't. Actually, they land. They just got one gate. you be like, where's Spirit? They be like, all the way down and around. Down, keep going.
So you can't go no more.
You can't, and then
you open up that door and you go
down the steps and make a left. Nah, when I heard about that merger, I was happy for my girl Toy. But I ain't seen y'all in a minute, so you know what I'm saying? It's like you know how you be like your cousins be gone? You be like, Dad, what happened to my cousin now? Anyway, y'all check out. It's almost back. Almost week 3 of what's this? February,
like 6 weeks or something like that.
Oh, dang.
Like 6 weeks.
They on some worldwide. They must. Yeah, they probably gonna be coming back with some naked videos or something. They probably need to get their own joint. They probably need to get. You got the. All right, y'all. I'm just telling you. So we still gonna call this honorary week 304 Wednesdays. All right, it's gonna still be week 304 Wednesdays. So all you week 304s out there, y'all don't forget Reese and Toy, who probably is gonna be doing the show remotely because she gonna be somewhere Spirit or
everywhere, huh?
Right. Oh my goodness! All right, y'all. It is the Maze Jackson Show. Reese, you know when they say you live and you learn. You live and you learn. I went to the University of Chicago last night.
How was it?
It was like dope and sad and all at the same time. So first, let me back up. I'm going to come back to that. Let me start by saying that next Monday, Reese, the mask mandate is lifted. Mayor Lightfoot says after all her hard work and everything that she has done to keep us safe, it is now our time. She is lifting the indoor mask mandate, although she has not learned a thing from the governor. In that, she said that City of Chicago students and teachers will still have to wear masks. Now, I don't really have a problem with that, but you know somebody white is finna test this. Right? It's only like 10 white students in the whole CPS. And them 10 white students gonna be like, what do you mean we gotta wear a mask? And Reese, it's gonna be another lawsuit. You see the governor getting his butt kicked on this lawsuit. He had to take. He done lost at the local court. Then he lost at the appellate. Now he got to take it to the Supreme Court. And now the man, at the same time, he trying to mandate the mask be worn. He done canceled the rest of the mask mandate for the rest of the state. It's almost like kind of crazy. Although I am curious, Riis, I'm still mad at will.i.am. That's why you can't mess with them weirdo black people.
You didn't get your mask yet?
I still ain't got my mask. $300 that mask was. $300. Now you don't even need them.
You gonna get it right when you don't.
Hey, right. They're gonna send it on Monday. It's gonna be there on Monday. And then my fan, I'm gonna be like, oh, my name is Mary. Y'all gonna be like, why you got a mask on, dog? I was all ready to be like, come to the joint and be like, hello, my name is Mace. This is my robotic mask. And then you talking, I can hear you on my headphones. And I was all set, Riis. I had it. I was like, you know how I was gonna be like, you ain't even up on this, especially after the Genius. Did you watch Genius?
Yeah, only a couple episodes though.
There's only one episode out.
Well, then that's probably I must be talking. I must be talking about a whole different show. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about Kanye's joint.
Oh no. My brother was actually at the yesterday release. He tried to like FaceTime me. He was with like Timberland and Fabulous, but I was.
Where was he at? Where was it at?
I think it was in Miami.
Oh, he was balling out.
Yeah, well, he cool with Fest, so like they just called and then
he cool with who? Ryan Fest.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
So and they had went there to like the little Donda, and he was with the little VIP or whatever. So nah, man.
Go ahead, Yeezy.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Cootie. Shout out to my boy Chike. We ain't make the cut, but that's because I told you we cut Kanye off of the mixtape. I think we still. But shout out to my man Jay Ivy. Shout out to my man Danny Sorge. Shout out to all the Chicago. It was really cool seeing like, have you been there during that time? And then to be seeing all of the people that you don't even really see anymore, or like, man, when Chicago had a hip hop scene, bro, it's like when we was trying to create our own scene. Like we really kind of put it down, Joe. Like during that era of the 90s and early 2000s, I don't think y'all ever gonna top that. You might get some bigger rappers, but the foundation that was laid during that era, man, Charlie, it was every night there was somewhere to be, something to do. And I'm not saying y'all probably don't have it, but I mean, it was like rivalries between the promotional groups and not like anger rivalry, like who got the hottest party, who could go. And shout out to Teddy Gilmore because he kicked it off. It was all downhill after Teddy though, because Teddy started like when you start at like the Museum of Science and Industry, and then you show up at a club, it's like, dang. Remember when we used to go? We used to be like, remember when we used to go to the Museum of Science and Industry, and everybody had their car washed and they pull up, and it was like when people dressed up to go out, like dressed up, like man, when you used to go to Enters. Because you knew Mike was going to be there. You knew Scotty. It was like, I don't know if y'all remember the era like when the basketball players first started wearing custom suits and all of that. Like when I'm not saying it wasn't like flashy, but it was like a time when everybody's whole thing was, I got the best custom suits. Right? So anyway, it was a good old time, man. All right, Riis. Did you see this story are you watching this story about the police officer from out west? The one whose niece had her car and got caught. Her boyfriend had 42 bags of heroin in them. And then she said, y'all probably, my auntie probably y'all boss. And it turns out that her car was used, her Lexus was used, allegedly to transport heroin. And her niece's boyfriend apparently had the heroin. But her auntie is the deputy chief of police for internal affairs for the city. Now the dude who got caught with with the heroin is also the same dude who mistakenly tricked on Anjanette Young. Getting a little crazy here, Riis. It's getting a little something. Hey, Riis, you think it's possible Let me just ask you. Because, Reese, you know how these... and Reese, is it possible to make it to the Deputy Chief of Internal Affairs and be plugged?
You know it is, of course.
Is it possible and still know what's cracking? Is it possible to make it to the top? I mean, like the head of it. So you got all the dirt on everybody. Because internal affairs is that's the spot. That's the cop spot. So you got the dirt on. So she know. If remember when we was talking about what happened up on at the Mill House a while back. Yeah, remember we was talking about remember the
yeah,
right. She know if she the head of internal affairs, Riis. She know if the chief go left or right at night. She know if it was an extenuating case. She knows. Riis, is it possible? She grew up on the west side. Boyfriend is alleged to be a traveler. Is it possible, Riis? And what is that movie?
That sounds so west side like.
Riis.
I told you I got a homie that a lot of they date COs, like, you know.
Riis.
So, like,
Riis. I'm looking at this story and I'm saying to myself, and they said the cops that busted her got pulled off the street. They said the only two people who could have called it is the deputy chief and the chief to pull the people that got pulled off the streets. Riis.
you know it's possible.
Riis.
You know it's possible, man. Your boyfriend lives. I know a live. Ask him what's his job. He got a job. See, that's what it be, right?
Riis.
Yeah, man. That sound weird, West Side.
Riis, at the Thanksgiving table, you got the deputy chief. You got the person that's in charge of internal affairs at the same table.
Same table with the plug.
Auntie said, and the girl said, my auntie probably y'all boss. Y'all might want to give me this car back. And what, Riis? She got all your dirty drawers in her drawer. What you gonna do? What can they do? I'm gonna tell you what they gonna do. I'm gonna let it be.
I want to let hey.
Reese, that's out.
Outcome. That's definitely out west.
That's out west. That's out west to the bone, dog. That is out west.
Well, and then she said, "Listen, I know what I got, but listen, my auntie, y'all boss." Like
look, they was like, "You sir, you step out of the car. We'll take you. You young lady, we're gonna drop you off at the house. We're gonna take the car." And then they delivered the car back to the house. Somebody called and said, "You know your car got caught in a," and she said, "You know you got caught in a." Would you drop that car off?
Let him stay in there 48 hours, and then you'll be on out, baby. We good. Just do the little 48. You know, we gonna slap on the wrist. His car, like his court charge, is gonna be something totally different than what he got pulled over for. He got pulled over for mistakenly ID. Watch.
Oh God, Riis.
Watch. That sounds so much like. You done made it out. You still dating the hood of the traveler. You still dating the kingpin of the traveler.
I don't want no problems. I'm telling y'all now, I don't want no problems. I'm just saying, if that happened, Riis, I could write, like, all I'm saying is I could write a story about that. Like, I mean, I could make up the whole, remember how the other day I made up the movie? Like how we did the movie? Like, the movie was too real. I could write this movie too. I'm not writing this one though, because I don't want no problems.
And the car was returned to the house?
By the police. They delivered it.
With the heroin in it?
No.
Oh, but it was an investigation. It was used, and they went. So it didn't go into that impound, none of that. It just went straight home, and then the girl.
It went home. They took it to the station for 2 hours and then decided, drop it off. Drop the car off. Riis.
And the girl went home.
Girl at home.
The dude probably spent one night in jail.
Riis. I can't read these stories in the paper the way they write them. It's like I be like, okay, we know it. Like I really want to tell this story the way that I feel like it really, but I'm not going to because I think everybody understands it.
For sure.
Like you.
For sure. None of that sound right. The car used. They said no, we don't. It is possible that there are times when we don't impound the car, but pretty much we impound the car. Especially if it's an investigation for trafficking, heroin, 2 hours for free, and then they just gave it back. Even if you right in the case, they still gonna make you go and pay that impound fee.
No, the car was delivered.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like I've never had. You know what? We was wrong, sir. Huh? We going to deliver your car? No, never. Never. Your car's in the impound. It's been there 5 days. You better go get your car. We getting some money some type of way. Oh, yeah. That's the plug, man. I'm telling you. It's the plug. It's the plug. I got somebody out west right now. I can go. Anybody you need to speak to in jail, I got you. This is just how it is. The plug.
Riis. See how you see how you see. That's why you don't even need to read the paper. No, I'm not even gonna tell you.
That be right there in the middle.
It is in the middle. It's in the middle of the page. It's in the middle of the page. I was like, you know how you look. Now it was, man, bro, Riis. I was just reading this story like, damn, and you know, it's like they said the only two people who could have let the cop who could have jammed the cops was the chief and the deputy chief. That's it. You saw what happened to Eddie Johnson. You see how they did him, right? Eddie was just trying to chill out in the office, get a little lean back. They had it. You know the internal affairs. Oh yeah, she know which way you turn. At the end of the day.
Yeah, something happened to them. Like, hey, you remember that time when you was? All right, now.
Remember that body? You remember?
Remember we covered that one up to make it look like it was self-defense. You know, but if we leak this out, you know, so return my car.
Drop my car, man. you calling me up this bullshit? You better drop my car.
Yeah.
Riis. Oh, girl said, and my auntie is probably your boss. To the cops.
That sound like I was right there.
Riis, you ain't even supposed to, but you ain't even supposed to put your people on blast. You just supposed to be quiet and go to, right?
You supposed to, exactly. You supposed to
then get to the place and make your phone call and let them but you don't stunt in front. Because that's why it's a story right now. Because if the white boys caught you with 42 bags and now they got to let you go, oh, they talking. Now you take them to the station. Man.
Chicago.
Crazy, man. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Riis, I went to the University of Chicago last night. It was really crazy. First of all, let me just say thank you to everybody who showed up. Dr. Audrey, I did not realize that was you sitting in front of me until after you started speaking. Can I just tell y'all something? Okay. We went to University of Chicago. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to Carl. Shout out to Tyrone Muhammad. Shout out to Greg Simon. Shout out to ECCSC. Shout out to Vince Bass. Shout out to, hey, bro. Yo, yesterday, I was up in there and I was like, dang, Riis, I probably shouldn't have even said nothing because I'm going to be here by myself. Riis, the room filled up and the black people was in the building. Now, the University of Chicago clearly was listening. You know why? Because they had security. And it was super nice, and it was super, like, inconspicuous, but it was security like a mug. Like, when I walked in the door, they were like, hi, sir. Maybe take your coat. No, you may not. Sir, are you here for the event, or are you here for dinner? Now, you know, I didn't even know they had dinner over here. But let me just tell you, Riis, it's cracking over at the University of Chicago. I did not know that. Like, I honestly did. Like, that Rubenstein building that they built, like, it's University of Chicago is sneaky fly. Right? Like, I was looking like white people's over there having wine and 3-course meals in the same building, the poli-sci building.
I've never been, like, I've only, like, driven around it. I've never even, I don't think I ever walked on campus before.
Riis, I gotta tell you, like, I've been to, like, the old University of Chicago stuff, but not, like, the new, like, that Rubenstein building. And they got some crazy architecture over there and all type of stuff. But Riis, I was yesterday, I went to the University of Chicago and they had their Illinois' Next Generation of Black Leaders Forum. And it had State Senator Kimberly Lightford. State Senator Kimberly Lightford. It was Nick Shields from the county. It was, I can't think of the sister who is the chief of staff for Mayor Lightfoot with the, you seen that she used to be with Janice Jackson all the time and she had the really crazy hair and she always wears sleeveless shirts. I see why she wears sleeveless shirts. Riis, she got guns. She be sitting there like, she was sitting at the thing like the whole time. I was like, dang, I need to go to the gym. Like she was sitting there and like she wasn't even flexing, but she was flexing. And I was like, dang, you just gonna sit up here. You ain't got no sleeves? Riis, University of Chicago got it cracking over there. They got a whole, like I was thinking they put this forum on, but they got a whole bunch of other stuff going on even this week. Like national and international people coming in. You could just walk into the, can I tell you something? I'm going to tell y'all. I understand kind of yesterday why people go to University of Chicago. I know this is going to seem like very small, but I felt like yesterday could have been fun if it wasn't so sad. Right? Like, I actually enjoy intellectual sparring. Right? And I enjoy the art of debate and I enjoy difference of opinion and arguing through it or debating through it or at least trying to get new viewpoints. And I will tell you that conversation had the potential to really be fun and engaging, whether we agreed or not. But it was sad. And I was thinking like, dang, all of these resources, all of this right here, smack dab that I drive past it, that is going down right now. Like, if I wouldn't have seen that story, you would have had no clue. We would have had no clue that conversation was going on yesterday.
None.
Like, think about that. Like, for everybody that was there, and I'm not going to say that it was so deep, but just think about they were planning and plotting on the future of the next generation of black leaders, and they had top shelf, top tier people. And and think about the conversation. Look, we're going to talk about that some more when we come back. Plus, let me run through these headlines. Did you see J.B. Pritzker endorsed Anna Valencia yesterday? It's curtains for your boy Alexi. I'm just telling you.
She said that she's going to be the next colored secretary.
No, she didn't say colored. She said woman of color.
Woman of colored.
Woman of colored.
Colored.
Women of colored.
She must have been talking about her lipstick.
I'm gonna. But that just. Did y'all read what I wrote on Friday or Thursday when I said my dispassionate analysis of the Secretary of State pick? It's falling right in line, and I told y'all that J.B. Pritzker wanted to run with Anna Valencia, not Alexi Janulius. And all of the momentum that Alexi has built up is probably in jeopardy right now. Because, Riis, where do the people go? With the work. JB gonna have to work. That $2 million that Alexi had that everybody was getting everything paid for, the governor is about to load Anna Valencia straight on up. And so $2 million, the $2 million head start means absolutely nothing now. What I told y'all, get ready for the Democrats to nuke one of their own because they are about to cook Alexi. Cook. When I tell you cook. We're going to see if he can hold on. Do you think J.B. Pritzker really wants to be standing on the stage next to, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. City Council today. I want to see if Rod Sawyer, Sixth Ward Alderman Rod Sawyer will wear his George Blakemore jacket in honor of George Blakemore, who celebrated his 80th birthday at ECCSC. The mayor will try to pass her Victims Justice Ordinance, which is better known as the Gang Forfeiture Ordinance. She changed the name. Did you see that all the seniors at Benito Juarez got college scholarships yesterday? Shout out to Janice Jackson for hooking up Benito Juarez. All of the seniors get scholarships to either 20 Illinois schools or graduate programs. I thought it was pretty dope that they announced that at Benito Juarez. Shout out to our CEO, Janice Jackson, who in the paper, they said, oh, Al Raby got it too. I think our black leadership has already made the shift. If you pay attention to what happened to me yesterday, black people have already made the shift. Did y'all hear about what happened to Lakeisha Collins? State Representative Lakeisha Collins was on the floor in Springfield when a white legislator walked up to her, put his finger in his face, and said, "Keep my effing name out of your mouth." Walked up on her, though. Like, on the floor. And y'all defending the white coach. I'm telling you, white people think they got...
That's a difference.
I'm just saying, Riis.
That's a difference.
It's like if that Jawan would have happened before that, he would have thought twice. Go ahead.
Nah, she by herself now. Now she can whoop him. You know what I'm saying?
It's illegal to touch her. I mean, think about being a black woman.
If he did that,
he did this.
Okay,
he didn't put. She gonna call us and tell us about it.
Okay,
but here goes my point, Riis. Riis, he don't even gotta touch her. If a white dude walk up on my wife, if any dude walk up on my wife and put his finger in her face, that's a really, Riis. So you making me nervous. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages. After Riis finds the button to push, we ready to go. Let's go.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:38 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report. As we head over to the Kennedy, we got O'Hare to the Loop at 22 minutes, and outbound to O'Hare is locked in at 16. We're on the Edens, 27 minutes in both directions. The Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 34 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, 28 minutes. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 40 minutes. Outbound will be 30. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 37 minutes. 27 minutes to I-80. Or the Dan Ryan is 16 minutes to the Circle, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable, Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson, and Jackson to 55th will be 7 minutes. The north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, and Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 8. Today's weather, it is currently 19 degrees and cloudy. Today will only be a high of 27 with a low of 18. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Wednesday here on The Mace Jackson Show.
Glory, got 70, got doctor. Oh, got doctor to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Please. God's gonna turn it around. Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha, oh, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another.
You are listening to the Mace Jackson Show. I am your host, Mace Jackson. Hey, I want to tell all of the Saints, thank you for tuning in to us on WBGX 1570 AM. Every day we come on at about 6:30 in the morning, and we take it all the way till 8. That's right. That's the show for the Saints. Saints join us from 6:30 to 8 every day on WBGX 1570 AM. Now, the sinners. They start at 6 and they stay to 9. They got to start early and stay late because, you know, they got a lot of making up to do. Now, they tune in on WBGX 1570 AM. They tune in on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook Live. Y'all take a moment and share the broadcast. Also, don't forget the Tune In app. I always be forgetting the Tune In app. And Carrie, every time Carrie talk to somebody, she be like, don't forget to tell them the Tune In app, because they be like, man, I can't hear. When I get downtown, I can't hear you. She said, if you just put the Tune In app. All right, y'all. Also, I want to take a stop really quickly. Riis, cut the music. I'd like to thank Mr. Reginald Brown and his wife, Joanne Brown, for their check of support. This is what they told me to say. This is what they said in their letter. First of all, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Brown. I appreciate your support greatly. It says, greetings. Please continue to give the address out. Many seniors are lost by stars and still write checks. I'll be donating monthly. I requested the address before on Messenger, but probably missed the response. Thank you. And with that, they have sent their monthly, and I don't want you to see their information, but I do want to say thank you. That means a lot. Like, somebody took the time to put a stamp, mail it, write a check to, and they say right here, WIIFTBP. So, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, I want to say thank you. Like, y'all don't understand, like, the outpouring of love over the last couple days has been tremendous. So for those of you that would like to continue to support what we're doing, the address is 2907. That's 2907 South Wabash, Unit 201. That's 2907 South Wabash, Unit 201, Chicago, Illinois, 60616. 60616, 2907 South Wabash, Unit 201, Chicago, Illinois, 60616. I am not confused where my bread is buttered. Can I tell y'all that the seniors be ready to fight quicker than the young people for black people stuff? Like, the seniors be like, I feel like they be like, let me at them. You know how Fred used to be ready to fight?
Because they grew up in a different era than we did.
They like, what we got to do? Where we at?
See, they grew up in that era, that Black Panther era, that, you know what I'm saying? And that was their era when they had to, like, fight for stuff. Like, you look at these new kids, they come in this, it's like the council culture now. They want everything to be equal. So, that's why you'll probably see like an older person, fight more than like a younger person, because they understand more of the struggle of how it took to get there. A younger person is already, been there. Like when they came.
They arrived, it was already
here.
The concept of a black president we said, in my life, I said I would never see one.
Correct.
They like, hey, man, that
Like,
ain't that.
Right, Obama, we just had one. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the things that, you know what I'm saying, we probably took for like granted or like a younger generation is because they didn't have to experience that type of struggle, you know, so that's how it is. Think about your grandparents, you know, that they had the whites only and black only, you know, sitting on certain things with a bus. You know, they never experienced that. All they did was hop on the bus and sit wherever, you know, so they only read about that at school. So that's probably why you will see an older person, you know, be more, you know, hey, man, let's go. Then like a younger cat like, hey, man, be cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Katie be like, let me tell you, if I say it's going down, Katie be like, what time, where's the address? We finna be there. I was like, Katie's supposed to be in the desert somewhere kicking it. She was sitting right next to me at the University of Chicago with her What's in It for the Black People shirt on. Talking about, and then they wouldn't let her ask a question because it's like, I'm going to play some of that back for you all. Because I really want to share my experience. Shout out to Tyrone Muhammad, who was there last night. Shout out to Gregory. Hey, Riis, I saw Greg Simon get finessed last night. I should play it. I might play it. I might play the finessing of Greg. I might play the finessing of Greg Simon. Because after I asked the question, you know, it was yesterday, it was the moment where, you know how they be like, okay, what he said is real, but that nigga is not going to get the answer. So I'm going to make friends with Gregory. And so he was finessing Greg from the stage. Isn't that right, Gregory? I was like, Greg, if you go for this, man, I was like, man, you got to do 300 push-ups if he call you Gregory one more time. That's right, Gregory. I'm with you. Riis!
That like if somebody call you your full name.
Riis!
Instead of
He
name,
was like, right. Gregory. Isn't that right, Gregory? I'm using my Jedi mind tricks on you, Gregory. Oh, Gregory.
You were like, man, you got one more maze on before I tell.
Greg was eating it. Gregory was like, oh, me? Yes. He was giving him the nod. You know, see, Riis, you can't give them the nod when they finessing you. If you give them the nod, then they feel like they reeling you in. You got to be like, dog, hold on. Remember where you at? I was like, Gregory. I was like, hey, Gregory. So from now on, whenever we see Greg Simon, it's Gregory. That was too funny yesterday. I was cracking up. Because he was determined. He was like, oh, you not finna get, it will not be today, man. Y'all got to wait till y'all see this video. Okay, let's go back. Okay, Riis, you can turn on the music again. As Tennille said, shout out to Al Raby School 2. Because Al Raby School 2, all the kids got scholarships. Now, again, shout out to Dr. Janice Jackson because I know she's spreading it out to everybody. But I do think that nobody cares about what happens for the black kids. And so as Tennille is saying, boo to the press for not covering it, they really did. I mean, it's like, if you read the story, it says, and Al Raby School got one too. It really does. It's like, 20 kids they showed, featured the Latino kids from Benito Juarez. It was all over social media. And I'm just going to say, somebody arranged the press conference and they picked the school, and it wasn't the media. So I'm going to let that be. But the part that really got me was in the paper, Riis, when they said, hold on, I'm going to pull it up because I just need y'all to see it, to hear it, so that you can understand why I was very just disgusted with this story. Okay, the story is, this is life-changing. Thousands of CPS students and some parents to get full scholarships. The story says, parents and students packed into the auditorium at Benito Juarez Community Academy High School Tuesday for what they thought was assembly about activities for seniors, such as graduation requirements. But they quickly noticed that something else was afoot. TV cameras lined the back wall before students were told to take out their phones because history was about to be made. Juarez principal Juan Carlos Ocon noted how much the pandemic interrupted the lives of the seniors, but told the crowd, "Today we are bringing you some good news." After Ocon announced elaborate plans for prom and graduation ceremonies, philanthropist, good God, philanthropist Pete Cadence came to the podium for the big reveal. Each student was going to get a full scholarship to college. That's the story. Let me find out. They talk about how it's life-changing. So then it goes to, and then an unusual twist, one of their parents, one of the parents will get the opportunity to go to college or a vocational training program for free. So you can lift up the whole family and lift up the whole community, said former CPS CEO Janice Jackson, who stepped down from the post last year to run Hope Chicago. The idea is to tackle intergenerational poverty by giving both students and parents a way to get better jobs. Benjamin Arroyo said he's excited about his mom having a chance to go to college too. She came to the U.S. from Mexico to give him a better life. Now she gets to experience all of this. Chicago Hope started with $20 million from Cadence and fellow philanthropist Ted Koenig. Jackson is working on raising $1 billion over 10 years so that eventually 24,000 students and 6,000 parents can get scholarships. Juarez High School in Pilsen was the first of 5 high schools where all students and their parents are getting news this week. Students at Al Raby High School in Garfield Park were also given the news that they were eligible for the program Tuesday. Then it goes, let me read it to you again. Juarez High School in Pilsen was the first of 5 high schools where all students and their parents are getting the news this week. Students at Al Raby High School in Garfield Park were also given the news that they were eligible for the program Tuesday. Is it me? There's a lot more about the students at Benito Juarez again. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't get it, but I do think that the highlight is, I think you all have to recognize right now that the pivot is happening. Like, and the pivot happens with media and the planning. And when you say, where are we going to do it? Where is this going to be most impactful? So you mean to tell me, one more time, I know this is going to sound crazy as hell, but you mean to tell me during Black History Month at the location that when they say they were going to announce scholarships to everybody, that all the students were going to get it during Black History Month, that the choice that they chose was Benito Juarez High School? Let me read it back to you one more time. Students at Al Raby High School in Garfield Park were also given the news that they were eligible for the program Tuesday. Did you read that? And hold on. This is life-changing. This is going to transform the life of my families, my students. This is going to mean the whole world to them, said Ocon. Ocon is not the president, is not the principal at Al Raby. Jackson said the scholarship program seeks to solve one of the problems she couldn't fix as CEO of CPS. Under her leadership, more students graduated high school, more students went to college, but still less than half of those students completed a college degree. Jackson said time and time again, students would say they returned home because they couldn't afford to stay. And while most of the students at these high schools are considered low income and therefore likely eligible for some financial aid, Jackson said the scholarship will close the gap between financial aid and the full cost of attending college, including room and board and other fees that other unforeseen costs. At Juarez, about 81% of the students graduate from high school and 55% of those go on to college. The narrative is not about us. So we're going to cheer. But the reality is I guess maybe I shouldn't. Let me read that part again. Students at Al Raby High School in Garfield Park were also given the news that they were eligible Tuesday. Is it me? Am I just being petty? It's Black History Month. Y'all be killing me, man. Petty?
That would have been good to go to the other school.
Who cares about the other school, though?
We got to care.
Who really cares what you think if that you really are the shrinking population? Why? I mean, so whose job is it to think of that? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I swear to God, y'all know I love. I'm not tripping on the scholarship, but I do think that it is peculiar. And I did see the eligible not given. Is every kid in family at Al Raby getting the same thing? I don't know. I'm not going to. You know what? They offered to come on the show. I should call her. I'm going to get Dr. Jackson on the show and have her talk to us and explain it. I'm not tripping on the project. I just think, like, whose job is it to think of us? So I'm going to move on from that because that really wasn't my social media question of the day. But if you do have a question, I think that this conversation will be applicable after you hear what happened yesterday at the University of Chicago. So Riis, we're gonna get the road ready for. I mean, not the road. I'm gonna play it through the video, but not yet. We do that at 7:00. So Riis, I don't know if you saw this in the news yesterday, but yesterday J.B. Pritzker announced that he was endorsing Anna Valencia, and it really set up what I've been trying to tell you all was happening for the longest. Riis, the Democratic Party is split. And right now it's split into 3 parties. And I want to know who do you think has the power? Actually 4. So yesterday in J.B. Pritzker announcing that he was supporting Anna Valencia, and if you pay attention to the announcement, he talked about he was proud to make history with the first Latina Secretary of State. Remember, he was proud to make history last election with the first black female lieutenant governor. J.B. Pritzker chose to endorse Anna Valencia and probably will use Anna Valencia as the backbone of the lead woman of color in his campaign. Then you've got the Cook County Democrats who voted to support Alexi Giannoulias. And I'm going to tell you, I think Cassandra Red Matz hit it on the head. A lot of black Democrats in Cook County jumped on the Alexi Giannoulias train because he seemed like he was going to be inevitable. He was raising a tremendous amount of money. He raised $2 million. He was the wonder kid. You know, he was kind of confident, swaggy. Well, Riis, yesterday, in the last 2 days, he's probably been dealt 2, I'm not going to call them death blows, but they are very much, very harmful. He got the endorsement of Jesse White, who has been the most popular elected official in the history of Illinois, who is apparently lined up with J.B. Pritzker, who I told you before was not wanting to run with Alexi. Not because of the Democratic primary, but he was not going to want to run with Alexi in a very contested general election. Sometimes here in Chicago, we only think of the Democratic primary because usually in Cook County, once the Democratic primary, it's over. But the reality is J.B. Pritzker, the Secretary of State's race is going to be a battle in which I believe J.B. Pritzker is going to jump in 2 feet to ensure that Alexi Giannoulias is not on the Democratic ticket when it comes to the November race. Because remember, Alexi's potential candidate in the Secretary of State's race is going to be a well-funded former U.S. attorney, John Milhiser, more than likely, who is well-liked around the state, but is also going to challenge Alexi's integrity issues and will have the money to make it front and center. And I don't think that the Democrats want to be running against Alexi's record in a time when it seems like they are trending downward. J.B. Pritzker's campaign right now seems to feel very much like Pat Quinn. Then you've got the Democratic Party of Illinois, led by Robin Kelly. Remember, Robin Kelly was Alexi's former chief of staff, but the Democratic Party of Illinois, which runs the Cook County Democratic Chairs Association, is at odds with the governor. So the governor and the Democratic Party of Illinois is led by Robin Kelly, who does not have the ability to fundraise. And then you've got Chuy Garcia. Chuy Garcia is leading the Latino faction for the most part, although he did have a fracture when he split. He's really taking the national trail, but also influencing local elections. And he's also aligned with Alexi. Riis, the party is split up. You know what I noticed in that whole thing, though? And I forgot the Cook County Democratic Party. Remember, the Cook County Democratic Party, led by Tony Preckwinkle, endorsed Alexi Giannoulias. So essentially, they're going to be running against the Democratic Party. J.B. Pritzker is essentially going to be running his own campaign operation against the interests of the Cook County Democratic Party. And then what I want to point out is all of the black committeemen who jumped to Alexi because he had the money are now going to find themselves opposed to the governor's money, who's a multi-billionaire. How many people hey Riis, where do the workers go? Where the work at.
Exactly.
So Alexi, who had $2 million that everybody was planning on eating off of, is now going to be facing Anna Valencia with the governor's money. And let me just tell you, you do not be surprised if you start to see Alexi Giannoulias attacked by outside parties, i.e. independent expenditure companies that are going to be launching ads. Because remember, Valencia was challenged in raising money because of her dealings with the city. But now with J.B. Pritzker able to fund a super PAC, as well as, remember, Valencia comes from Rahm Emanuel and Dick Durbin. So they're going to use all of the tools in the toolbox to nuke Alexi Giannoulias. In the process, how many black committeemen that talked about how important their word was will remain with Alexi Giannoulias, knowing that they will be facing the governor's money if they stand up to him? Riis? And in all of that, leading the charge for black people, Madam President Tony Preckwinkle. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Who has the power in the state of Illinois? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show? Hello?
Hey, Mace.
Hey, caller.
Mace?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Sean Howard. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Big Sean? How you feeling, dog? Hey, congratulations, man. Hey, Sean, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say I was offended that you had a case at your wedding, that I'm looking at the pictures and y'all balling out all around the world, and I ain't even get. It's all good though, dog. It's all good. No, congratulations to you and your beautiful, lovely wife on your nuptials, man. And that was fresh that you had a case performing. And shout out to Damon Williams and all of the people. And let me also give you my condolences on the loss of one of your mentors, Bill Williams. What's up, Sean Howard? How you doing?
Man. Thank you, Maze, man. You said a mouthful, but you said something earlier that kind of, I like to listen. I don't call much, but yesterday I coordinated a press conference where Amazon gave 2 black school districts, or actually 3, including Markham, a combined $1.5 million because they understood the significance of Black History Month. Let's go to their STEM Center research and education. And so when I hear Hope gives 4,000 students, predominantly Hispanic, it's okay to do that. But I guess in the midst of Black History Month, if Amazon understood the significance of Black History Month to make sure they fed that those 3 black school districts with $1.5 million just to help with their STEM centers, why couldn't Hope Chicago? And I love Dr. Jackson, but it just seems like whoever's planning this thing out should understand the significance of when you're doing it. And it's almost a slap in the face. And maybe they are going to give some African-American-based schools those scholarships. But I think yesterday's announcement was kind of like, saddened somewhat. So that was just my take on it.
Thank you, bro.
I'm really pissed off about it. I'm kind of calm, but I'll continue listening. I love what you do every day, brother. Keep it going.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. You know, and now you tell Amazon, though, I ain't impressed with them with no $1 million when Jeff Bezos got $300 bazillion. But understanding that it's Black History Month, y'all, I just be feeling like it's like y'all gonna accept disrespect. Again, I just feel like it was Black History Month, y'all. Y'all went to let me read that one more time. Hold on, I think I might have turned the page. Riis. They said, and Al Roby in Garfield Park got it too. Found out that they qualified. They said in this one story, and it's weird to me because I don't want to be nitpicky, but it did seem to me that they said that everybody at Juarez was getting it. And then it said students at Al Roby High School in Garfield Park were also given the news that they were eligible for the program Tuesday. Y'all, it is Black History Month. I'm sorry. Give us a call. Is anybody else on that line? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Go ahead, caller. Caller, you there?
Morning.
Good morning.
And good morning, DJ Riis as well. Yeah, it was very disrespectful the way they did that, and so you are right on point with that. Every morning when you get up and say, "Wake up, Chicago," I wish there was just a way you could reach through the microphone and smack somebody upside the head, man, because we seem to get used, they use us, our black officials, to hold the mic up so they can laugh in our face. And that's exactly what happened. And the thing about it is that it is Black History Month. And we should have been first on that list in every regard. And, I'm not saying you shouldn't, you shouldn't help other groups, Latinos and such, but we've been here the longest. We've eaten enough more crap than anybody, and we deserve reparations. We should have been first and foremost on that list. And for them to let that slide by was like the brother just said, was a slap in the face, And we always seem to get smacked, in the face when it comes to being shown the respect that we are duly deserving. And it just I got a lot to say, but I don't want to take up more time. But I definitely definitely. I just want to say one more thing.
Go ahead,
if that's okay.
Yeah.
With that Juwan Howard thing, I couldn't hear the audio, but where he reacted was like somebody used the N-word, and that's when you're supposed to get smacked upside the head, and it looked like that's what happened.
That's what I saw too.
Somebody said something.
That's what I saw too. He said no, and that's what happened. If I was Juwan, I would have just used the race car right there. Bow. Yep, I would have said that too. I'm trying to stop the spams now. Tennille, watch the spam on YouTube. They trying to get us. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody else on that phone line? All right, I'm gonna take the last caller. Then So can I tell you? And before we go to this is the precarious position that I am in. And this is the precarious position. Hold on, Israel. Hold on. This is the shalom. This is the shalom. This is the precarious position that they put black people in. Pause them. I love Dr. Janice Jackson. I do. I really do. I think, man, I do. Regardless of, but I don't know how I'm supposed to operate understanding that, right? Like, how do you deal, like, and I know probably it's not on the radio, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like this is what my platform. And I don't know how to not, what I'm going to wake up and find out is that Dr. Jackson going to be like, screw dude. Because she's personally involved and I know she cares about the kids, but I don't know how we as black people are put in a position where we're not able to advocate for ourselves. And that you get vilified for, and again, I have no doubt about Dr. Jackson's commitment to black folks. But the white guys with the money, I know y'all will, it's Black History Month, y'all. It's respectfully. Give us a call, 872-259. Shalom, shalom, Israel. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Shalom.
Shalom. You already know what's up. I'm so happy the Democratic Party imploded because I jumped off. I committed political suicide when I went with Ronna and Trump, but man, the more I think about it, I wouldn't care what y'all think, man. I'm so happy I voted for them people. Because these Negroes is just lost in the sauce, man. And you know, I love the people and fight for them. How the people, your biggest enemy fight for black people, guess who it is?
Say that one more time, Israel.
Hello?
I missed the last sentence.
When you're fighting for black people, guess who your biggest enemy is?
Black people.
Shalom, shalom. Have a great one.
Damn, man. I said this is going to be a good day. Look, we're going to take a quick break. Any other callers up there? All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then y'all come back because we're going to play some video from last night. This is a continuation. How are we as black people put in a position where that we are viewed as the enemy by our own people for advocating for our very own people? I'm going to play the video. Shout out to Vince Bass, who is taping it, but then told me he had a better audio quality. Shout out to University of Chicago. I got to tell you, I had a good time at the University of Chicago, and I really wish I could participate. Like, I could easily see how someone would, like myself, who loves politics and then looking at their roster, would want to go to school there. Like, Joe, I was like, they bringing all these people here? Like, just to be sitting in these little bitty rooms and having these conversations? Like, yesterday to me could have been a powerful opportunity to have dialogue that the world could have seen. And it's like, the black people be like, I literally had a black people say, you're right, but there's white people here. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to talk about it all when we come back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. A partner to my crime, yeah, do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so weak, say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy, say, feel so weak, say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time, I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me, know how to say it without making me feel little. You gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. I didn't love you, and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something. Like it was nothing. Ooh.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies now of the politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something. We gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed is all wrong.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Patrick, don't lose it, man. Don't be all caps in my sister, dog. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler in the building. Plus, it's me, your boy, Maze Jackson. Riis, is somebody on the phone line? It is. All right, before I move into my next conversation, I want to take the rest of your calls. I do want y'all to know that we're going to have to spend some more time on this Democratic Party bust up because I really think that there's a lot to be broken down in this Anna Valencia thing. So it's going to be interesting to see. I don't think that people will unendorse Alexi. I think they will just go out the back door. And it's going to be funny to see how much everybody's word is. And I remember Tony Preckwinkle she made all of them sign a loyalty oath that they was going to support the candidates by the party. So now what's she going to do? She going to tell the people with JP. Yo, anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. And then when we come back, we're going to play some video. I got a video of Dr. Guns up here. Not Dr. Audrey, but Dr. Guns from the mayor's office. She got guns, Riis. Her joints was like... I wonder if she ain't got no neck. All right, let's go to the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, caller? Caller.
Hi, this is Jamie. Can you hear me?
Hey, Jamie, how are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to say that we as Black people, we have to embrace the fact that we are unique in every aspect. We are at war, but we've been finessed into footing. And we have to recognize that Democrats, Republicans, honestly, other people of color are united against us, but we're still being put in the position to side with the less of these two evils. And what we have to do is...
You got to get somewhere. I'll call it. You got a bad signal. You must got like 2 bars. You got to move around a little bit.
Okay.
Get somewhere where you got a strong
signal.
We have.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay, what we have to do is just recognize that we have to, number one, put ourselves first like everybody else does. And it's not a crime to do that. We've been told that we're either victims if we advocate for ourselves or we're bullies if we advocate for ourselves. Everyone else is free to stick up for their people, no repercussions and we have to do the same thing. We are God's original people, and we have to start acting as such, and we really have to force this upon our young children, because when we're off the scene, they're rewriting history. I was reading the other day where they were saying like Latinos and blacks were co-creators of hip hop. That's not true. They were there and they benefited from it like everyone else, but they were not co-creators of hip hop. So we have to make sure we're telling our history to ourselves and to our children. And it's not a shame to say what's in it for the black people when everyone else is saying it, doing it, and living it for themselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Riis, any other calls up there? All right. So take that down, because I want y'all. I am expecting you all to call today. So I'm going to. Yesterday, let me back up. Yesterday, I was reading Politico when I saw that the University of Chicago was hosting a forum entitled "The Next Generation of Black Leaders in Illinois," and it was hosted by Tamon Bradley at the University of Chicago. Let me start by saying, excellent venue. They got some really nice classrooms over there. Let's just put it that way. Shout out to Tamon Bradley from Channel 9, who was very gracious and a great moderator. And I also got to say, y'all, I had no clue about University of Chicago. Riis, I think I'm one of these days I'm say me and Carrie gonna go over to dinner in the Rubenstein building. Like, I'm telling you, Riis, it was like white people was over there, like it was like all glass. You would have thought you was on like Randolph or something. They was like, "Oh, sir, are you having wine? Are you having dinner?" And I knew it was security, but he was trying to play it off. You wasn't the maitre d', because the maitre d' is at the host stand. So how you gonna get me at the door and be like, "Are you going this way or that way? You can get with this, you can get that." Anyway, Riis. And I'm going to tell you, I was a little nervous when I first got there. First of all, I didn't realize Dr. Audrey was in disguise. So I didn't realize the mask be getting you sometimes. So I was sitting by Dr. Audrey and didn't realize it was her. And she had even said hi. And I didn't realize it was her. Till she got up and put that medical whooping on her. She put a medical whooping on her, Riis. And it's like the challenge that we have a lot of times, Riis, is that we have so much passion built up about these issues that when these people start talking about them, even though you don't want to be mad or even though you're trying to, stay within the realm of, it's like as they're talking to you, your passion for your issue comes up. And I can't lie to you, Riis, as I was sitting there. Let me read the title to you again. The Next Generation of Black Leaders in Illinois. Riis, if everybody on that stage didn't say people of color, 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 to the point that it was like I was trying not to be. Can I tell you, I have to apologize to Mark Carter. I do. Because I don't go to stuff like this that often, but to have to sit through stuff like that where people are blatantly not talking about you as the war is going on outside, and I'm gonna show you yesterday, I was a victim of a socially awkward situation. And I tell you that in media and in serial killers, they count on how you'll react in a socially awkward situation. Oftentimes, we make fun or vilify the people who bust up the socially awkward, so who will curse, flip over the table, do all of that. But yesterday, but at least I didn't get finessed like Gregory. I'm going to have to play the Gregory clip. I'm going to have to play that Gregory, just so everybody could see him trying to finesse you. But I want to play the clip yesterday. So yesterday we went to this event. Wait, we got a call. You know what? We're going to take the caller. Let's take the caller first. And then we're going to play the clip because I want y'all response to this. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning. Is this Anthony?
Yes, it is, sir. And I hate to do what I'm doing. Man, you the man. But I can't have you running around here half-cocked, I'm going back to one of your other stories, man. I hate to do that, but that thing with the internal affairs officer's car getting stopped. Okay. All right. First of all, that car was used in the commitment of a felony. Okay. At that point, they take that car, throw it on a flatbed, and take it to 1 or 2 pounds. Okay. You can't even get that car out of pound until the case works its way through the courts. I'm telling you what I know, okay?
Riis is Riis is with you. He over here jumping up and down behind the counter. If he
all of a sudden, man, I can't just let you run around here, because you step it. What is the mayor addressing the city council about today? Do you know she's addressing the city council, right?
Right.
About seizure of gangs, okay? All right, now all of a sudden, that car was stopped, like, I'm going to say back Saturday or Sunday, because they were saying some high-ranking official in the Chicago Police Department car was stopped at a drug scene. All right, this happened last Sunday, I want to say Saturday or Sunday. This is Wednesday. Now all of a sudden, it's news. They're getting ready to, man. And first of all, who were the cops that stopped that car knowing that car belonged to the chief of the internal affairs? It's getting ready to be a bloodbath over there, buddy. I'm telling you. Because you can't, when the car is taken into the pound because it was used in a felony, you can't even get it out until it works its way through the court. By the time it gets through the court, the car is probably, because they compound interest on it every day. They won't even let you go touch the car. It's like a crime scene. I just need you to know that, brother, and see, they playing real hard chess with a clock right now. Okay?
Right.
So keep your eyes on that story. I know there's a lot of other stuff going on, but watch that one, all right, for your brother, all right? Because I don't know the whole lot. But every now and then I do know some things, and when I see you running around here, I'm gonna call. You know what I'm saying?
Get me right.
But they told me quit calling you. They told me quit calling you and talking like it's just me and you at the bar or something.
We are at the bar. Don't let them people tell you what to do. We talk how we talk,
That's
Anthony.
the truth.
You my dog.
All right. Are you my dog too, man? I just want you to know. Watch that one there.
I'm all on it. I'm gonna say this, and then the whole and the point with the Anjanette joint of it too. That's the same dude that fingered Anjanette's house.
I told you, man. You eat that car in 2 hours. Yeah, you ain't supposed to. That car.
It's been referred to the Office of Inspector General, but remember, we don't have an Inspector General. That's so funny because Don Terry said in the paper that that case has been referred to the cities. And they don't. Yesterday there was a story about the fact that they don't have an inspector general. And the reality is, if I was the mayor, I wouldn't hire an inspector general until after I got my petitions and got on, because I'm not gonna have no inspector general dropping those stories on me all throughout the whole of my. Sorry, let that be the story. I couldn't find nobody qualified. All right, y'all. I gotta play. Last night, Riis, switch over, because I'm going to play it but last night I was telling you I went to the University of Illinois, University of Chicago Institute of Politics, where they interviewed, where Tamon Bradley of Channel 9 interviewed State Senator and Majority Leader Kimberly Lightford, Nick Shields, and Dr. Guns from the Chief of Staff from Mayor Lightfoot's office. Dr. Sybil Guns, is that her name? What's her name? Anyway, Riis, I'm going to play it, and I want you all to listen. First of all, I want to be clear that I wrote my question so that I could ask it without getting emotional. So yesterday, this is a clip of yesterday. Me, Dr. Audrey, Tyrone Muhammad, we were all at the University of Chicago for the what was titled "The Next Generation of Black Leaders in Illinois." And here is what they said. I'm going to give you the audio and video. And everybody, please listen closely because I want to make sure I'm not crazy. All right? You want to hit? Here it go.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
That's right.
Wait, did you see her face? Hold on, did you see her when
Jackson?
Let me go back. All right, y'all. This is the next generation of black leaders in Illinois government, hosted by the University of Chicago. I do want y'all to see her face when she saw me, too. Go.
Between black Chicagoans and everybody else. We're trying to make some changes or reforms in how we get dollars out. I mentioned the Readiness Summit. We have been listening to a lot of our smaller organizations, and what they're telling us are the barriers to their participation in the opportunities that we give. So, for example, we're starting to pilot a cash advance because a lot of times organizations aren't applying for funds because they cannot front the money, and we have a reimbursement system. So we're trying to make policy changes like that that will open the door. Also trying to think about different ways to structure.
This is her responding to Dr. Audrey's
again,
question.
Smaller organizations that have been on the ground doing the work can participate maybe through another organization. We have a grant right now, Healthy Chicago Equity Zone grant that has regional grantees, but then they had to work to identify at the community level organizations that could be in leadership roles. So we're trying to rethink how we structure how money gets out, and also think about the policies that make it difficult for organizations to participate. But I would say that we've heard this, the mayor has heard this, completely agree that it can't be the same people over and over again, and we have to think as a city. And she's challenged us to think as a city about those barriers that result in kind of the same old over and over again. I appreciate the question.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
That's right.
Why uh-oh?
I was just going to say that, too, when I heard
why
it.
Uh-oh?
I was just thinking
Do y'all understand, like, again, why uh-oh? Why uh-oh?
How you doing? My name is Mays Jackson, and I just have a question. I wrote it. As next generation black leaders, right? Because when I came here, this was about the next generation of black leaders. I want to know what the future of, what you all see as the future of black Chicago, particularly as I hear us continually talking about people of color, and as we're watching this people of color debate play out in the city council. And additionally, where do you believe we fit as it relates to the rights of undocumented immigrants to vote in municipal elections, because we're seeing it happen around the country, and it is part of the disenfranchisement of black people, not people of color. So I'd like to hear a response to that.
Y'all see the freeze?
Who's going to go first? Who wants to take a crack at that?
I think May's question was loaded, and I if he could repeat it, I could try to be helpful. I think the first part he said is like looking forward to the future. How do we envision black people? If I got that right, Mays, help me. But we're hoping in the state that the Black Caucus pillars that we passed, you know, it didn't get the attention that it should. It didn't get the promotion that it should. But when I tell you how life-changing, we were doing a public series with the University of Illinois at Springfield, and one of the African-American women professors, she is teaching her class, a lot of them at Eastern Northern, they're teaching their classes off of our pillars right now when they talk about equity and transparency and inclusion. And one of the things she said was that we're only 4 times removed from slavery, and that it takes at least that amount of time to implement, to get it to that level that you feel it. You're born into a society where it's not 52% blacks across this country are born into poverty. But she says just the education pillar alone would erase 2 decades. So, and that's why I'm just so stern on implementing this to its fullest, because if this is implemented accurately, instead of 40 more years of poor education systems that are constantly developing individuals who cannot pass the city exam for a community college level, systems that do not take preschool children and ensure that they're ready to read by kindergarten, systems that automatically do not allow graduates who have a 3.5
What does this have
GPA from
anything
high
to do
school,
with my
did a
question?
wonderful job, did
I was
all
really
they
thinking about
could,
that too.
but their high school didn't have basic requirements that the University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana is asking for, so they automatically are disqualified, right? So those are the type of things that this pillar addressed, and it would raise 20 years of living in poverty.
Senator, I think what Mays sort of raised also, a piece of it, anybody wanted to take it, is do any of you see tension between Illinois' black residents and Illinois' Latino residents, and how do those politics work?
Well, back up, because I do just want to touch back. Realistically, we just in this conversation talked about the great reverse migration. We're seeing black people leave the city of Chicago. We're seeing black people leave Cook County. At the same time, we are seeing a tremendous push for undocumented immigrants to get full rights. We've removed citizenship from our city documents. And so my question, because this forum was about the next generation of black leaders, what do you see as the future for black leaders here in Chicago? And then how does that work in conjunction with the rights that we are seeing happen for undocumented immigrants to vote? We're watching it play out right now in the city council.
All right.
So
Thank you, Mays. We got it.
Mays, I'm not sure if I'm going to answer your question
You're not.
completely, but I'll just speak personally. Look, I've got a 5-year-old son and 2.5-year-old twins who I'm raising right here in the city of Chicago. I love this city and I love this county, right? And we're invested into the city and this county. They and our other children are the future of Chicago and of Cook County. They are the future, and so we have to invest in them. We have to invest in them.
What the was that? They Jedi mind trick ass.
When it comes to your question about non-citizens, I mean, we're going to help everyone. That's what government is here for. Period. I'm not gonna get into the political question. I'm going to get into the moral issue in the moral answer. And the moral answer is we will always help and support our folks and residents of Cook County. Period. That's
residents, not citizens.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you for this opportunity, and
thank you.
Let's did y'all? Okay, so there's a few things there. First, and I probably need to go back to it. I don't understand why am I the uh-oh guy. Like, and I don't mean that, I mean, like, how did I become the uh-oh guy? I do appreciate the introduction as, I do appreciate the what's in it for the black people part, right? Like, I appreciate that. Did you see, I want to play back the video for you because I just want you to see, like, even how they looked.
She rolled her eyes pretty heavy.
Think about the policies that make it difficult for organizations to participate. But I would say that we've heard this, the mayor has heard this.
We tired of hearing
agree that
y'all.
It can't be the same people over and over again, and we have to think as a city. And she's challenged us to think as a city about those barriers that result in kind of the same old over and over again. I appreciate the question.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
That's right. How you doing? My name is Mays Jackson, and I just have a...
I'm going to play the question again because I do need for you to understand that after this, I got attacked. Like, straight up. Like, I'm going to tell you about that part after. But I want to be honest that I really want to make sure that I wasn't coming off or trying to be angry. Like, y'all got to understand that when you sitting there And they're talking about, this whole forum is about black people. And you're looking at, these are the next, so these white kids and all these people sitting in the room are the people that are going to be the decision makers for a future. Does that make sense? So they are now being shaped. And so as they're being shaped, we're allowing the people that are in the front of the room, who they are positioning as leaders, and guys, we are being wiped off the map, like literally. Like, this is all happening while the Latino caucus is literally trying to kick us out of the map. And so you got the mayor's chief of staff, you got the head of the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus. Remember when I was telling you, when the white guy, you see how the Russians, how the United States is putting sanctions? We either gonna be Ukraine and get done, or we gonna be the United States and we gonna be doing people. Now, I want you to hear the question one more time, because I want you to be clear. I don't go into the room. My question is the same as it is. I want you to understand the reaction to me. And real talk, my question was for the benefit of everybody on that stage, Riis. Because what Sybil don't know, what the senator don't know, what Nick don't know is that when it's a Latino, they not going to get it. They ain't going to be there. Let me play it one more time, just because I want to make sure that I do it wrong. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-74. Why are we the only... And then when dude tried to sun me, right? Means we're not going to... you going to take the high road? So your answer is the high... We're just going to... I'm not going to get into the politics of it. What the heck? Look at the screen. What does it say? Politics, Institute of Politics. Maze, I'm not going to get into the politics of it. That's really the only reason we're here.
For the black people.
That's right. How you doing? My name is...
Wait, let me do it again.
But then think about the policies that make it difficult for organizations to participate. But I would say that we've heard this, the mayor has heard this, completely agree that it can't be the same people over and over again, and we have to think as a city. And she's challenged us to think as a city about those barriers that result in kind of the same old over and over again.
And my beef is with nobody. I don't even have a beef.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
That's right. How you doing? My name is Maze Jackson.
Not yelling?
I just have a question. I wrote it. As next generation black leaders, right? Because when I came here, this was about the next generation of black leaders. I want to know what the future of, what you all see as the future of Black Chicago, particularly as I hear us continually talking about people of color, and as we're watching this people of color debate play out in the city council. And additionally, where do you believe we fit as it relates to the rights of undocumented immigrants to vote in municipal elections, because we're seeing it happen around the country, and it is part of the disenfranchisement of black people, not people of color.
Watch the freeze.
Response to that.
Look. You see that? Nobody. Ha hell. Ha hell. Ha hell. You want to take it?
Who's going to go first?
Y'all think was any? Okay, let's do it one more time.
Wants to take a crack at that?
I think May's question was loaded, and I if he could repeat it.
I tried to repeat it. But the reality is nobody wanted me to repeat the question, because then it would have required an answer. Here we go.
Country, and it is part of the disenfranchisement of black people, not people of color. So I'd like to hear a response to that.
Because it's real. Did you hear her say, because it's real.
Who's going to go first?
Who wants to take a crack at that?
I think May's question.
I'm not going to even play that response because I don't even know what that was about. Let's go back to my man, though, I'm going to have to go back to him. He did the intelligent Negro thing on me, right? He did the I'll take the ruffian.
Leaders, what do you see as the future for,
in this county?
How does that work in conjunction with the rights that we are seeing happen for undocumented immigrants to vote? We're watching it play out right now in the city council.
All right.
So
Thank you, Mays. We got it.
Mays, I'm not sure if I'm going to answer your question.
You sure you wasn't?
But I'll just speak personally. Look, I've got a 5-year-old son and 2.5-year-old twins who I'm raising right here in the city of Chicago. I love this city and I love this county, right? And we're invested into the city and this county.
This is a non-answer.
Are the future of Chicago and of Cook County. They are the future, and so we have to invest in them. We have to invest in them, and it starts from the very beginning. When it comes to your question about non-citizens, we're going to help everyone. That's what government is here for. Period. I'm not gonna get into the political question. I'm going to get into the moral issue and the moral answer. And the moral answer is we will always help and support our folks and residents of Cook County. Period. That's government's responsibility.
Go ahead, sir.
What part did I miss? Like, I want to see y'all. I really want to show y'all, have him trying to finesse Gregory. It's like, Gregory, give me a... Okay, so first of all, was I offensive in how I asked the question? Was there any... Please tell me where I was wrong in that process.
I don't think you was wrong. You know how you got that... You can tell how they got that, man. Like they already... Before you even said anything, like, you could have just said... Scoop. They were like, oh, like they didn't even really care what you said. It was because you came up there. Like he immediately said, oh, here you go. What's in it for the black people? Like he already asked the question for you. Like he already knew you been at, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, so like no matter what, that's why they all looked at, oh my gosh, this guy. But they already had ideas about you before you even spoke. So it didn't matter what you said.
Let's see if we can hear him talk to Gregory.
A better Cook County.
I
got a 5-year-old. I got a 2.5-year-old twins.
He's identifying. Go ahead.
I didn't talk as much about my childhood as you did, but I grew up in the church with parents.
Yeah. First of all, thank you to everybody for this time. I think what we are hearing here is a lot of passion. Right, because we love our city, we love our county, and there's some pain there too.
Calm the Negroes. They're hurting. The Greg finesse. Here we go.
I hear you,
Gregory.
I got a 5-year-old. I got a 2.5-year-old twins too. You know what I mean? I get worried too. I want to make sure they get home safely, right? I want to make sure that they have a full day at school. And there's nothing that happens to them at school. I want to make sure that, we don't get stopped by police and have an issue. You know what I mean? I want to keep them out of the criminal justice system. I want to make sure that they live in a city and a county where they can live and thrive, right? That's why I do this, because I genuinely love it. And I know Sybil genuinely loves it, right? I know the state senator genuinely loves it. And we love our people, right? And that's why we're here. That's why we do it. And we just want a better Cook County, a better Chicago, and a better tomorrow, right? That's what I'm all about. Public service has just been in my blood from day one, And the bottom line is, we won't stop. That's the bottom line. I hope that's a takeaway. We won't stop. We have people in color. We have black people in these positions.
People of color.
Who are thinking about these issues every single day, right? I don't want that to be lost in this conversation, okay? And
I'm black.
These are the issues that we are talking about every single day. And the decisions that we make, Gregory, we're thinking about all of these issues. We're not going to get it right every single time, all right? And when we don't call this out, but we care. We care about you. We care about everyone in this building, about everyone in this county, right? And we really mean it. We invest so many hours. We invest time away from our families because we care and love each and every one of our county residents. And I truly mean that. And I hope that's a takeaway, okay?
Senator, you get the final word.
You know, I'm still trying to figure it all out. I've got to tell you, creating opportunity and access in this role has been like my greatest joy. When I think of like your purpose in life, if you guys remember, The Purpose-Driven Life came out, and I used to read that book and try to write and still couldn't figure out what was my purpose. You know, why am I here? And I feel that from many Black families, you know, what's your purpose? And I felt like this was a natural. When I ran, I like talking to people. I like, you know, communicating with what we can try to create to better our conditions in life. I never set out to be an elected official. I never said when I grow up, I want to be in politics. I did not like history. I knew from a young person in the public school system that this country was built on racist natures and behaviors and patterns, and that it would take a lot to unwind and undo all of this. And now that I'm in this role, and especially being in a high up ranking leadership role, I'm sitting at tables where if I'm not at that table, our voice is not heard, period. There was no conversations about creating a R3 program. There was to create $35 million in hopes that it gets directly to where we want it to go. No one's trying to create that but the Black legislators. And, you know, the same thing with violence prevention dollars. No one is sending millions of dollars to the Black community but the Black legislators. And so I get fulfilled when I know that hopefully it's helping, that it's making a change, that we're sending these resources. Because when I first got there, the conversation wasn't happening as it should have. There was not enough supports around Black legislators. And now it's a disadvantage when your own community is so disheartened over your work. There is a lot of pain, but the pain is being geared in a wrong direction. The pain ought to go into how can we look at a state of Illinois that's been in existence for 200 years and finally got the first Black speaker. That's the question. How can we make sure that our concerns are presented, that's on the table? How can we address pay equity? How can we get pay loans and not payday loans? How can we go to a bank and receive a loan? How do we keep those Black men out of prison? How do we keep them from committing a crime? These are the things that attract me. I want to get to the root of these things and feed into those things so that we can stop having this conversation that primarily points the finger at each other and really solves nothing. So that's, I don't know how I got here. I don't know why I got here. I just know that I'm grateful to be able to serve. And that's what I'm just going to keep on doing until I can't do it any longer.
Well, thank you. What a wonderful conversation. To the three of you guys, get back to work. Thank you very much. Students, you were great.
It's the Mace Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. So I want to let you know that immediately following that, I got approached by a senior member of Tony Preckwinkle's staff who called me out. And then what called me out but didn't call me out was like, it's y'all be doing this and y'all, and I kind of felt like respectfully, let me just say this.
It was y'all.
She wanted to say me, but I was like, if you saw this, I feel like I was as civil as possibly could be. And I really do feel like they came for me. Like, I feel like it was trying to hold back my emotions from sitting through all of those conversations with all these Black people ignoring Black people. Imagine being told, Riis, by a Black dude, we're not gonna Like, really? And that was the socially awkward kind of, that's where I felt like my inner Mark Carter. I understood why Mark Carter and them be flipping tables sometimes. I really do. Because I felt like, it's like, come on, you finna try and sun me? And then try and talk softly. Gregory, it's me it's the children. They're the future. That's who we're. Dog, this forum, I'm not going to bring the politics into this. Femo, it's saying behind you, politics, Institute of Politics. What, I clearly am the wrong messenger. I am clearly the wrong person, but how is it that in this forum, where they're talking about black people, so I had a senior member of Tony Preckwinkle's staff come at, and, I tried to give her a hug afterwards because it wasn't personal, right? And he was like, I don't want no hug from you. And I was like, okay, well, keep your stinking hug. Right? Like, sis, it's like this, like, to me in college, this is where these debates are supposed to happen. Right? This is where your mind is supposed. We're at the University of Chicago, and we are having a discussion about black leadership, and now we can't talk. Like, ain't college where you're supposed to challenge your ideas and test your, right? And I felt like, can I tell you, I was like super dope to me that the University of Chicago put this forum on. Because, Riis, you know how I talk about I be wanting to have conversations? I want to talk. Where do black people go to talk? Where do you go to stretch your mental? Where do you go to test your theories? I test my theories against the TV. Like, correct me. Get me right. But don't try to be like, I'm freaking crazy. And then to be like, it's crazy. Like you saw dude. Oh, there goes Maze. Family, I am not crazy for asking what is in it for the black people. And I promise you, I'm glad it was a tape, because did I say something wrong?
You gotta be a quiet Negro. You can't ask them, okay? They already up here. They
Listen,
gave us
look, and then she said, so then she gonna argue with me and say, I said, so tell me why it's not you, it's y'all. So who is the y'all? Because I promise you, and I'm glad it's a tape, because I really was pulling my hair out, like, what did I do? And then it's like somebody else is like, you guys should talk some more. No, thank you. I'm not interested in the conversation. Ma, but then you told me I'm right. That's real. It's happening. But it's white people here. Huh? It's white people in the room when our people get... It's the Maze Jackson show. Gregory, maybe I should have been like, hi, my name's Maze. Hello, Tamad.
I told you it didn't matter what you say. He already introduced you. Like as soon as you that guy, you already know he's about to cause some ruckus. Like it was already portrayed. Oh, it's this what's in it for the black people guy. Let's see what he got. Like, it really didn't matter what you said.
I didn't whisper.
You was already looked at before you even said something. I don't even think they even heard your question. They probably was like,
this nigga. That's what they did. It's like, and I don't even understand what's loaded about my question when we're dealing with this right now. Like, they're really assaulted. Like, what's so funny, and it's crazy, I can't even tell you who I was talking to, but dude was like, you really didn't say nothing wrong, and really somebody from the Black Caucus need to be saying this, because right now, Gil Villegas is kicking up all this dirt, turning over all this dirt, and then he gonna be gone, because he trying to go to Congress. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. What? Hey, can I tell you something, though? Tyrone, Gregory, Katie, Audrey Tanksley. It was a squad. Carl Murray. It was Riis, Vince. Riis. The room started packing up. They was like, yeah, we got to wrap this thing up. We got to wrap this up. Hey, I want to thank everybody from WBGX 1570 AM who joins us every day from Monday through Friday from 6 to 9. I want to tell you one more time, the address if you want to mail a check, 2907 South Wabash, Unit 201, Chicago, Illinois, 60616. WIFTBP, WIIFTBP. Like, Shout out to Ty. He brought up the cannabis issue. But go to the live line, Riis. I want to hear what the people got to say. What did I do wrong? And could y'all like the page, subscribe, share, like all that good stuff? It's the Maze Jackson Show. And I got to ask,
what's good, family? What's good, family?
What's up, Devo? Did you saw it, man? What did I do wrong to offend someone? Because I feel like I was the offensive Negro.
No, you weren't. And the fact that you took the time to write down your question meant that you were intentionally trying to mitigate against any emotional response. The state legislator that was on virtual, she already had an attitude, and it just, the dude came in at you condescending off the rip. Good evening, Mr. Jackson. Your question, please. You're just facilitating the conversation. The facilitator shouldn't have an emotional response during question and answering. Also, they never answered your question, bro. They didn't answer Tyrone's question. Greg didn't really have a question. That's why they responded. His was more of an emotional response. They showed no empathy to the black people that they were supposed to be discussing. They showed no insight or preparation on how to actually deal with this potential question. And when I tried to sign up, they said all the free slots was all the visitor slots were closed. So other than that, man, it just wasn't Negro babble. I called it. I'm going to call it Negro babble. It doesn't do anything. And I think that we should get a group together to bring in all of the emerging leaders that actually are prepared and can articulate the questions that we want to know. And that's with that. And at my local school council meeting, we are moving forward with retaining our black principal and keeping the virtues of our Afrocentric school moving forward. So leaders lead, man. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be intentional with what your values are and the values of the people that you're serving. That's what leaders got to do. So it ain't about you. It's about black people. It's about these kids. And we got to put their interests in the forefront, not what sounds good or how well you can put together a non-responsive answer.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go back to this, Riis, and we're gonna play another clip from it. I'm gonna do Tyrone Muhammad, because Ty brought up the question that we were all thinking about in the room yesterday. This is after the calm talk. Here we go. We're going back.
The political question, I'm going to get into the moral issue in the moral answer. And the moral answer is we will always help and support our folks and residents of Cook County, period. That's government's responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you for this opportunity, and
thank you.
See how we all being calm?
To our black leaders, that I commend you all for the hard work that you all have to do to try to fix a system that's not designed for black men and boys and women to succeed in this city. My name is Tyrone Muhammad. I'm the Executive Director for XCONS for Community and Social Change, a violence prevention, conflict resolution, mentor, reentry program. And I would say to you all and elected officials, I know Rep. Lightfoot, Senator Lightfoot, I'm sorry. I would just say to you all, it is unacceptable for the 80s war on drugs, Reagan, and the 94 Clinton crime bill to build prisons off the backs for 50 years for cannabis. And black men and boys still getting locked up every day on these corners. I know because I deal with them. And I also talk to the young men that's in prisons for cannabis. And I say to our senator that recreational cannabis shouldn't have passed without formerly incarcerated person and those who lives were affected by the war on drugs without being points. As you say, Senator, we are the veterans of the war on drugs. We should have been the first ones who that law or that opportunity served to repair the damage that was caused by the war on drugs. Secondly, I would say to our leaders up here to take back to the mayor, to take back to Prackwinkle and J.B. Pritzker if he's listening. Because when it comes to election time, we see you all in the communities. If you remove formerly incarcerated persons from violence prevention space, you will have none. We are the frontline workers in that. And it seems that the political expediency is to always deal with these same organizations and groups without really tapping in to the grassroots that is actually doing real, true behavior modification of the young men and boys that would do the killing, drilling, and sliding. And some of you students enjoy the safety of what we do, and y'all don't even know we exist. The gentrification here with the University of Chicago.
It was nice, boy.
For us, is unacceptable because the resources does not trickle to the circumambulate around the crimes a mile away. That's the murders and the carjacking and the violence that hasn't affected you all just yet. It will. And y'all have enjoyed the same safety and privileges that we don't even get to enjoy in our own city. So I would say to them that it's unbelievable when we have a mayor that's a black woman and a county board president that's a black woman to not even touch the communities or groups that don't fit her political idealism. You who are the leaders, I know y'all don't lead the people I represent. And I represent over 3,000 to 4,000 years of prison time. When do we, who have paid our debt to society, we probably stopped over 300 or 400 shootings in the last 2 years, but yet we still have no real representation. No taxation without representation. The constitutional decree has not served our communities. And ex-cons are the fastest growing population. We have the biggest voting bloc probably in this state. And we're going to exercise it. And all I wanted to say that tell your bosses, since you may not know, that we would be confronting and dealing with them as they roll through these communities, talking about what they do for us, because we haven't seen it.
Thank you, sir.
See how they be letting Ty talk? They ain't even going to interrupt him.
And I'm going to get to you, sir.
I'm going to have to start lifting.
These questions,
and I'm about to do
there
Gregory.
is sometimes a sense that African Americans rise to the top of politics, but it's just a personal achievement. You know, in Chicago, about a third of African Americans live in relative poverty.
He listened to the
They're
show.
not picking on Chicago. We have other communities throughout Illinois. But we have a number of black leaders in the city, in the county, and the state. What do you say to people who see your agenda, they hear the talk of equity and dismantling systemic racism, but they don't feel the impact? What do you want them to know?
I would like for them to know to get involved and become more engaged with what government is actually doing, what civic engagement, responsibilities, and rights that they have. And the previous gentleman that just spoke, he misspoke. The expungement was one of the main articles in the cannabis legislation. Thousands of records were cleared that had cannabis convictions. They may have also had some other...
Sir, let her answer.
There may have also been some other charges that they also had that didn't free them from the system because it was only to clear up the war on drugs piece that was on their record. So thousands, it's the largest expungement release bill in the country. And if you can find something that come even close, please share it with me. And then we also created the R3 program, where we put money into for non-for-profit organizations to do just exactly
She
what
was talking to
he
you,
just said.
Gregory.
Now, if he has an organization that is meeting all of the criteria, that's got us certified, that everything that he needs to do, I'm looking for him, because I believe in boots on the ground. I believe in grassroots organizations. That's what I support. I don't mind going door to door. I'm not afraid of my community. I'm not afraid of the people around me. You all know I've been carjacked recently. That was terrifying to have a gun in my face after I spent my whole career for that young man right there. I bust my butt for him for 23 years, and he had a gun in my face and 2 guns on my husband. So none of us is free of it. None of us are free of crime, but every day I go to work, I work in a vein to try to help improve the Black community and improve all of our lives who need that help. You know, there's no way for me to say I can only do for a particular group when my constituency is a diverse group. So I have to speak for everybody, but I know where I come from and who I am. So I'm going to always represent my people. But I think there's this huge misunderstanding of what Black elected officials ought to be doing and how we ought to do it. We're up against a racist government. We're up against those prisons that you spoke about that were built in the 90s. I wasn't there. You wasn't there. None of us was there when they were built. They've been there. And how do we rid them? Because we need to educate. We need to empower our young people so that they don't fall into the juvenile system, so that they don't need a second chance. It's about prevention. We have to get them on the side where they won't need your organization, because they won't have to pay their debt to society and look for an organization to stop the shootings and stop the killings. That's what our conversation ought to be about.
Thank you, Senator. Sir?
Who clapping?
Good evening. My name is Gregory Sherman.
Gregory.
I'm also with Ex-Cons for Community and Social Justice.
Let's see if we can find a Gregory clip when he says Gregory.
They got shot.
Greg, I want to.
Again, is much like what I
got to find the Gregory clip. Because when he
duplicating efforts.
Gregory.
Those most impacted.
So anyway, man, I'm gonna just.
Well, you know, in fairness to him, as the journalist here, I'll say that I don't think he presents himself as an anti-BLM. I think he said, well, you know, in fairness, I did want to get to a question from a student on YouTube. Can we have that?
And,
I can't find it, Gregory.
Duplicating.
Oh no, the Gregory was the close.
Believes very strongly that that's what.
Oh, Riis, this question made sense for you.
We're running very, very low on time.
Just for you, Riis.
I did want to get to a question from a student on YouTube. Can we have that?
Half of a YouTube viewer. So Bonnie Richardson asks, can you speak to the Aurora mayor running for governor as a Black anti-BLM candidate?
I'm an anti-BLM.
Well, you know, in fairness to him, as the journalist here, I'll say that I don't think he presents himself as an anti-BLM. I think he says Black Lives Matter and all lives matter, so you can interpret that how you want. So who wants to take that?
That's really what they
is. I find that if all lives matter, then there wouldn't have been a need to say Black Lives Matter. There was a reason why there was a push and a creation of Black Lives Matter, because Black folks was being killed by police in the streets openly. Black folks were being put in prison who wrongly convicted, and it's been happening. And there was a group that says, you know, enough is enough. We have to stop this. Black Lives Matter. And I saw the commercial. I don't know if I remember him saying Black Lives Matter. I know I saw him say all lives matter. And I would agree with that. All of our lives are very important. All of our lives matter. But if we don't all believe that Black lives matter, then there lies the problem. And so that's the work that we're doing. I know the mayor in Aurora. He's been supportive of me, but I don't know that his points on this particular issue is in the right direction, you know, as it relates to law enforcement in the challenges that our Black communities are faced by law enforcement. I was never a supporter of defund the police because we need police protection in our communities because of all the challenges and the trauma and all of the things that we deal with being born Black. But we also needed to make adjustments to how the resources flow and why. And get to a better way of providing more supports in other areas. So mental health supports is important. We need to make sure law enforcement are trained in cultural responsiveness. We need to make sure they have additional trainings, that they have body cameras for our protection. There's a lot of things to fund. So defunding the police wasn't the idea for us. It was more a shifting of the resources to better accommodate community policing and building a better relationship. So I'm not sure that I support his angle in our criminal justice reform piece that he's attacking right now. But, I wish him well. I support Governor Pritzker, and I wish him well.
So we are over.
So I'm going to stop right there, guys. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I played back the video and the audio. I'm going to reserve my comments because I will be accused again. Like, I just want to point out that yesterday all I did was ask basically what's in it for the Black people. And I don't know why that is offensive. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, play the first caller and then let whoever is in at the door. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Go ahead, caller. Caller? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hey, caller. Hello?
Hey, how you doing, Mace? Yeah, can you hear me?
I can definitely hear you.
All right. This is the thing that I wanted to talk about quickly. A big problem that we have is different ethnic groups representing the Black community. When I say the Black community, I'm talking about African American community. Okay, because a Jamaican doesn't have the same experience as an African American. If you look at Loretta Lynch, she was Obama's attorney general. Now she's representing the NFL in a racial discrimination lawsuit. Okay, so they always put up a Black face, but the Black face don't have the same spirit and the same mind as an African American person. What do you think about that?
I think you're right. I want to tell you, I read a study yesterday that says that now 10% of all Black people are immigrants. Or not, they don't even call them immigrants, they call them migrants. They don't call them immigrants. And so I do think that a lot of times we have people that are in our space that are not in our self-interest. What's going on? Riis, you around? But that's what I think about it, caller. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong in this situation. How do you get to that answer, that conversation? It's the Mace Jackson Show. Call. We got any more callers on there? Give us a call. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show.
Good morning, family. This is Ballhead this morning.
What's up, Ballhead?
Look here, you articulated your question, and that's the only thing you did wrong was gave them what they needed to get. They were unable to answer it, so they had to throw off and give little comments. So now to put you in a position like you're the bad guy, but you made them look like fools. That was the only bad thing that they could come up with, and to me, that was perfect. They were not prepared. They were prepared for the other question because they know they were going to basically come and whatever because of the what they're backing. They knew what they were going to ask or what they were going to comment about. They were prepared for that. But no. You ask them direct questions where they cannot answer because it would be their political career could be over.
Man, I don't understand why we are just not in any position. Like I'm honestly, I'm gonna tell you after that conversation, like I really got approached by somebody on Preckwinkle's staff who came at me. And I really was like, I wasn't in any way mean-spirited. I felt like at a college, you're supposed to be able to have these kind of debates and discourse, because this is where discourse occurs. And it's like the black people come in and want to wave their finger at me, and like, but the white kids and things was like, oh, that's a good question. Shut up and take it, nigga. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Who we got on the line? Call us to make. I really tried not to be. I wanted to be respectful of everybody up there, and I attempted to do such. What is wrong with the question? Good morning, caller.
Once again, Maze, good morning.
Anthony, you back?
Twice in one day.
Uh-oh.
Yes, and I'm trying. First of all, let me point something out to you. I'm deputizing you because what you have become was a troublemaking nigga, okay? Because you're going to get there and ask them uncomfortable questions, and they don't really have answers for your question because they're trying to work around those issues, okay? Isn't the senator's name Langford or something like that?
Yes.
The sister that was talking with the red blazer on or whatever?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, little does she know that the questions you're asking is the only thing that's protecting her from being out of office. Okay? Because as soon as they minimize the black vote, she's out of work. White folks didn't put her there. Okay, but they forget that. Once they get there, they rub their elbows with JB and all these different folks, and they want to say what's politically correct for them. But you's a troublemaking nigga because you sitting around here asking these questions about how is the black vote going to be. And we won't probably even be able to vote going forward. Let them do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because their jobs at this point, just like the dailies and when you were asking the other day about the Irish power, they've noticed that they can't get reelected too quickly unless somebody else puts them in office. Okay, so at the end of the day, man, if we don't stop the flow of the way things are going, our vote won't matter no way. There won't be enough of us here or in power to make votes to put them in these positions where they basically do nothing for us. Because when you ask certain questions, you're a troublemaker. Well, there's nothing.
She told us to get involved.
You have a reputation that precedes. You have a reputation that precedes. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. They know who you are. They know what you finna ask. And when they look up, oh God, here comes they. They don't call you troublemaker nigga publicly, but in back rooms, man, here comes that nigga Maze. It is after 8 o'clock. But anyway, so I know that's how that. I was a troublemaker. People didn't want to answer the questions. Like, you see the kind of questions I have and the way I look at the perception I have on different issues, man. It's not that go along to get along attitude. Never have had. And that's why I'm a troublemaker. Nothing wrong with that because somebody got to ask these questions. It makes them uncomfortable because you shouldn't have asked that. You could have pulled me to the side and asked me that. No, I need to put your hands and feet to the fire. I need to know something. Why is this like this?
I was told that there was white people here. Yesterday, somebody literally told me that you're right, but there are white people here. Like, you won't talk to us when... Man, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Was the event to make white people feel comfortable about the next generation of black leaders so that they don't have to worry? So they can be like, they're all calm. They all have guns. And they're all smart. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's go to, did anybody call? Nobody care about this conversation. Caller, give us a call, 872-259-7474. Why am I a troublemaker for asking about black people at a black event? Talk to me.
Maze.
Oh,
this is your man,
there's my man James Say. What's up, James?
How you doing, brother?
I'm confused.
Like I told you last week,
dog. I'm confused.
Listen to me. This is like I told you last week. The people that have the money, the black folks that's got the money and the power, are scared to lose what they got. You see, when you ask that question, That shut the whole place down. They was like, sound Scooby-Doo up in there. Because, dude, it's because they looking at it like this. Black people are irrelevant now. The hell with poor black folks. The hell with black folks. We got the Latinos. That's why that thing with the undocumented immigrants, bro, that's a game changer. That's just the whole paradox. Now, undocumented, we ain't got to worry about black people talking about we shall overcome no more. All we got to do is rub a little elbows here and keep shutting down the black folks that really need something, and we in there. They don't want to lose what they got. When they asked us, it should have been a no-brainer. You black as we is black up there. But once again, once you get voted out, you going to be a nigga too. You going to be a nigga just like the rest of them. Bro, that question you answered, dude, shut the whole place down. And it was an honest, clean, legitimate answer. Period. That lady that was in the red dress, man, she sounded like Bojangles up there tap dancing the way she was. That was crazy. I'm like you. I was like you. Lady, that's not even what the man asked. What's the, that wouldn't worth the cost of the price of tea in China. What you just said was a bunch of fluff. All that up there was political fluff. Like you said, they didn't want to ruff the white people's feathers. Because if they find out they rolling with the black folks, they going to be blackballed also. And so that's what we get now. When it comes to our political officials or whoever we elect now, we with you until I get elected. So like I told you, there's no unity amongst black folks because they scared the ones that's in power and got the money is scared to lose what they got.
Man, y'all, I really could not understand why, like, all the black people seem to have a problem. Like, can I tell you something, Riis? Every single one of them people that was on that stage, if they ever had a issue where somebody came at them, like I feel like do y'all all understand y'all are all replaceable? Do you understand what's happening in like Maywood, right? You see what's happening over there. And it's like, y'all will welcome the white kids to ask you questions and challenge you, but for me, it's I feel like, where else will you ask a question like that and expect to get a real answer but in a college, in a university, in a place where the world's thought leaders are created? The president of the United States came from University of Chicago, where he taught in that school. Do you think that they didn't have contentious debates? Do y'all watch Power? You see how many times they had these things in Tariq class? It's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody else on that line, Riis? They don't even want to talk about this. They don't even care about... Riis, let me just play the question for you one more time. I'm going to just play the question. Just turn the volume up so you can hear the question. Oh, you got the phone to it. That's okay. Okay. I promise you, I just want to play the question one more time because I want to know, what did I do wrong in this case, Riis? Here we go.
That result in kind of the same old, over and over again. Appreciate the question.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
That's right. How you doing? My name is Maze Jackson, and I just have a question. I wrote it. As next generation black leaders, right? Because when I came here, this was about the next generation of black leaders. I want to know what the future of, what you all see as the future of Black Chicago, particularly as I hear us continually talking about people of color. And as we're watching this people of color debate play out in the city council. And additionally, where do you believe we fit as it relates to the rights of undocumented immigrants to vote in municipal elections, because we're seeing it happen around the country, and it is part of the disenfranchisement of black people, not people of color. So I'd like to hear a response to that.
You heard us say, Did you hear the black lady be like,
And then they all look down on who's going to
Then look. Silent.
Who's going to go first?
Who
wants to take a crack at that?
I take that nigga.
I want my job.
It ain't even who want my job. It's like, and then it's like, this is what happens to me all the time.
think May's question was.
It always is somebody who is going to be the champion to shut me up. I don't know what I said that was loaded. It's like, if it's loaded, then what's happening to us in city council is loaded. We got a loaded gun to our heads. And you see how we don't see how it, like Riis. City, county, and state, everybody should be on the same page. If we ain't eating, they ain't eating. Go to the live line. Call you on the Mace Jackson Show. Caller? Go ahead, caller.
Hey, man. How you doing, brother?
Is that my brother, Tyrone Muhammad?
Oh, yes, sir. Listen, bro. Now you see why I turned the table over. See, the bottom line, you're not welcome at the table, bro. And you ain't with too many Tyrone Muhammad for one. So you gonna always get that. But anyway, bro, your question was a perfect question. We know what it was. This is why she sending on record. You know that she the only one that had a beef. She the only one that had a beef because Black Caucus, those members they know who they are. They forfeited our life, man, our future. These are the same people, bro, that watched us go to prison for 20, 30 years over this cannabis, bro. And then they sat in there in powers and positions of leadership and authority and allowed white men to be legal dope dealers while brothers were still in prison, while brothers were still being incarcerated with no equity in the game at all. I want to know for real, and that's just one issue. I want to know who, what, when, where, and how. You can have that many black legislators, a black caucus, and now we got to go back to the city council too. Black caucus as well in Chicago. We got to decide, bro, that these people are our enemies, man. They not our. That skin color is not shouldn't get a pass from us seeing them as our enemy, bro. It's the proof is in the pudding. These individuals, man, do not work for our best interest. That's why I said what I said.
Boy, you better get involved. She told you get involved.
We better get involved. Like we wasn't getting, like we not involved. We are the front line involved. Ain't nobody more involved than guys like us, bro. When we have a black woman get on the council, get up there and say, I misspoke, because she want to talk about the expungement that they passed. The expungement was for white men. The expungement was a Band-Aid approach that allowed white men to legalize the dope in the first place. J.B. Pritzker ran for governor to make his crony legal dope dealers, bro. And we sat there, he don't need the money. He already a billionaire, multi. It wasn't about him. Bro, this here thing is coming to a head, and everywhere that they show their face, we're going to be. To run, we have to make this popular right here. To run for elected office without the people in mind, without coming to the table with the people, you might as well be running for political suicide, because it don't matter about who you are. We're going to be knocking at your door. And if you're not talking like this as a black man, then you're not representing what we building and what we moving, because you can't continue, and I could go on forever with this. We can't continue to allow black people to be positioned in front of us, but have no accountability to us, while they carving up and taking what we have and giving it to the undocumented immigrants. And here we are as black men have paid our debt to society. All of the violence prevention that happens, the reductions that happen in the city made, is done by formerly incarcerated persons. Well, you can't commend us, and we can protect the city on one end, and then disrespect and mistreat us on the other end, and then justify and rationalize the same old individuals continuing to receive the resources to give to the people that's actually on the ground, man, that never reach the ground, while claiming that the tax dollars from the sales of cannabis go to repair our communities, goes to deal with the violence reduction in our communities, goes to do towards re-entry, goes towards prison reform, social justice, and we the premier ex-con organization in the city, and they don't have us at the table ever. with over 3,000 years of prison time associated with this group. Man, get the hell out of here, bro. Your question wasn't wrong. You ain't said nothing wrong. That's why sister and them know that they forfeited our life, our future with that doggone vote, man, with this cannabis. Her, Toy Hutchinson, Kim Lightfoot, and a lot of them, man. And I want to know, and I'm asking for an internal investigation into the coffers of these elected officials, or who gave them money, from the lobbyists to the lawyers, who gave our black elected officials dollars and fund them to forfeit our future. And I'm putting that on blast. I want to know who all these cannabis companies, the 7 top 6 cannabis companies who funded these black elected officials, bro, to marginalize us further and then give us an expungement. No, expungement without reparation, family, mean nothing. People who listening out there.
Thank you, brother.
Expungement without reparations and repair for the damage caused by the evils of white men mean nothing. And if you continue to push that expungement with no repair to our community, that every family, the $35 million that was given the first time should have went to all the families first that was damaged by the war on drugs, bro. Before it went to the MFSs and the Arnie Duncan and all of these ones. I
gotta stop you, bro. The phone lines are lit. Ty, you know we're gonna have to work on our thing. Ty trying to take over my show, man. We're gonna have to figure out how to give him a space. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're gonna keep on taking these calls. I'm gonna reschedule Lakeisha Collins because I think that show needs a little bit more time. And then we still gotta call Kiana Barber. But I'm gonna take your calls because I gotta understand. Is she on the line? No, just take the calls. Go ahead. We'll get to Kiana like the last 10 minutes. Ruthie, call Kiana and tell her we're going to get at like 8:55. Bye. Go ahead, Riis. Riis? Oh, call her. What's up? You on the Maze Jackson Show?
I think it's Gregory.
Gregory. Hey, Gregory. Gregory.
What's up, man?
Gregory?
It's an honor to go behind.
Hey, Gregory.
What's going on? How you doing, man?
What's up, brother?
Nothing. It's an honor to go behind time, man. I just, as you said, it's hard to be in that room and listen to that disrespect and not flip over the tables, right? But my thing is, we done went through a black president. People was crying and falling out. We have a black mayor. We have a black state attorney. We have a black everything, right? And the state of black people is worse than ever. What is our recourse? Because voting ain't working, right? Even though I know we have to vote. But if we constantly are voting in the gatekeepers to our further oppression, where do we stand, right? So I also would like to plead, because I did have a specific question yesterday that they dodged also, and it was, when will they declare Black Death a state of emergency? Right? And nobody answered that at all. So I'm appealing to black men that's listening. I'm also appealing to the black sister who got them lazy ass black men laying on their couch or in their basement right now. At some point, we really gonna have to flip over all the tables because we ain't at none of them. And wasn't none of them designed for us to be there. So I would ask that all people listening with a background pay attention to what Tyrone just said. Everybody on this call has been affected and beat up and traumatized by the war on drugs. Everybody on this call and listening has had something taken or been mistreated for weed. That's a fight that everybody can easily get behind and everybody could get benefit and profitable really quickly behind, but we can't do it because brothers are still sitting on the couch playing video games. Brothers and sisters are still allowing us to just let people like what they did to us yesterday. They literally tried to hypnotize us in the room.
Hey, Gregory.
At some point, we're going to have to flip them all over. So I'm just appealing to all the black men out there. Please stand up. Man.
It's about the
God
children.
bless y'all. I'm out.
Gregory, it's about the children. It is about the children. It's about the children. Look, y'all, I got to do this. So we got two people we need to talk to today. right? I do not want you to let go of the cause. So this is what I'm going to do, because I said I was going to do this, and I'm not going to have you run out, right? I appreciate you coming down, and I told you that if you came on Wednesday, I was going to make it happen. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the mic over, and look out, the state. First of all, there's all these events that are happening in the city that we need to start paying attention to. I got to tell you, I got a bunch. So I got to say I apologize, right? I'm going to sincerely say I apologize, because when I went back in my phone, I did see the request, right? And so, y'all, we got the state. Give me that one more time so I can make sure I get it right. It is the state of the black man in Chicago today. It's today, right?
Yeah, today.
It is going to be happening today. And so, you know what? Go and take it away. Just tell the people what's going on.
So Maze, I truly accept your apology. This is Nate Ward from Malcolm X College, and I just wanted to come on board and just invite your audience to come out virtually or in person to Malcolm X today from 10 to 12:30. We're doing the State of the Black Man in Chicago. This is an inaugural event we're doing in Malcolm X, sitting around just trying to find out the question, what is the state of the black man in Chicago? And we're bringing high school students out, especially black males, out to view this. We want to audience participation, but we have Pastor Chris Harris is going to be there. Carl West is going to be there. Jeffrey Beckham was going to be there. LaShawn Ford was scheduled to be there, but I got a text from him.
He in Springfield.
He couldn't make it, so he told me, he sends his wishes. He'll be watching this, but we just are trying to find out what is the state of the black man in Chicago. And to the earlier question, you weren't wrong. You asked a very important question, and this is my 2 cents, if it means anything. The most dangerous person in Chicago is the black man, but we're not organized. The last time black men came together, we scared the nation. That was the Million Man March. What has happened since then? Imagine if all the black men in Chicago came together and marched down Michigan Avenue. What fear would that strike in people? What attention would that bring? You're talking about turning the table over? Man, let's take over downtown. A black man march in Grand Park. And then show them in numbers what we are and who we are. Because right now, we're scattered. We're fragmented. So I invite everybody to tune in, the State of the Black Man in Chicago. This is just a discussion. There's no wrong opinion or right opinion, but we're trying to also educate, to Mace's point about college, to elevate the mind and thinking of our black men in college and actually access them to the resources. I keep hearing about resources. Man, we got so many resources through city colleges that are available to everybody. Whether you're formerly incarcerated or just coming out of high school or want to come back, we have free programs.
Nate, how do people attend?
If
they want to come, tell them, because we actually have people that are looking to attend. So do me a favor, tell them quickly how they can attend this event.
Just go to Malcolm X's Facebook page and you can click a link and you can attend the event that way.
Now let me ask, do I have to register? If I do come, can I walk up? Is there a walk-up availability?
There's
possibly?
a walk-up, 1900 West Jackson. We're in our auditorium. The auditorium holds 400. You can walk in and come right in. No problem.
Put your mask on.
Put your mask on.
Bring your mask and come on, check my man Nate. And I bet you it's going to be for y'all ladies out there that want to, because I'm sure some ladies out there that want to check out the State of Black Men too. Nate probably going to have the 100 black men up in the building doing some service. You see,
Daryl Denard is our moderator.
All right, I'm Daryl Denard. Daryl is so professional. So let me tell y'all what. Nate has been reaching out to me on a variety of events, and I sometimes y'all be like moving so quick, so I got to get you and Ruthie together so we can make sure that this happens. But I want to make sure that you all know about the State of the Black Man. We got Pastor Chris Harris. We don't have LaShawn Ford, but he is, LaShawn is always working for the people. We also have Carl West up there, and then who else was the last one?
Jeff Beckham.
And then Jeff Beckham. And Jeff, I still want my Jay-Z painting. Jeff Beckham is doing the thing with all of the young people and the scholarships, etc. Nate, you do so much, man. Nate, I don't think I realized that you worked at Malcolm X.
Well, I work for city colleges. Malcolm X is one of the schools I'm assigned to.
Got it. Okay, so Nate, and what exactly do you do for city colleges?
So I'm the community relations strategist for city colleges. I'm one of them. I'm actually the only black male community relations strategist for our team. And what I do is I'm a conduit between the community and all 7 city colleges, predominantly Malcolm X and Truman, but I'm accessible to all 7. And what I do is I'm a listening point and a conduit. And what I say by that is that if you have an organization that wants to get involved with city colleges, you contact me, or you have some partnership you want to do with city colleges, whether it's clergy, whether it's faith-based, whether it's...
what if it's black people-based?
black people base.
Hey, man, we might have to holler at you, man. So you
And
work over
let
there.
me say this one thing. I'm available 7 days a week, nights, weekends, come out and speak to groups. And again, I want to be clear about this. We have free programs. When I hear there's no resources in the community, I got free programs. I got a cannabis class that you can take for free.
I need to get in that class. Do you smoke in it? That's for my cousin. No, my bad. I don't want to put you in the
you
jail.
know you can't work in the cannabis shop unless you have a cannabis certificate.
See how white people do you, man?
But we got the free program to get that certificate.
Straight up. Oh, I'm going to have to check that out. Hey, let me ask, you know what I want to learn? I want to take a class. Do y'all do graphic design?
Yes, we have graphic design.
I want to learn how to do Adobe Photoshop so I can make Riis memes and stuff.
And again, I'm going to say this. We got ex-offender friendly programs that will get you working, making great money.
So you got to get with ECCSC. Tyrone Muhammad, you better make sure you plug with Nate. Nate, tell the people again one more time. I'm doing this fast. Tell the people one more again how they can, today at Malcolm X, from what time to what time?
From the program starts at 10:20 to 12:30. You go to Malcolm X's Facebook page, or you just come to Malcolm X. It's free parking, 1900 West Jackson in the auditorium. The State of the Black Man in Chicago is going to be the first of several discussions, just getting our black youth, our black students involved. We have a black male mentoring program we just started. And so we're really looking forward to having this conversation with them, because they're acting as moderators as well. But just that mind thought, just getting them into thinking, critical thinking about what is their future? What is it like to be a black man in Chicago?
And then let me just say this, man. I do not, because I've been looking at Malcolm X right down the street. Every time I come around there, I be seeing they be having mariachi bands and stuff. Malcolm X better not switch to Julio Cesar Chavez in no time soon. We saw what they did in Compton. What's going on, man?
I'm gonna tell you like this, and I'm gonna keep it real because I'm on the Maze show. Malcolm X is browning. There's a lack of brothers attending Malcolm X. We got some sisters in there, but it does not mean brothers attending Malcolm X, man. So what's happening is that the brown community is coming in like gangbusters. They getting them medical careers. They getting them free classes, and I ain't mad at them. They taking advantage of what we got to offer. That's what I'm saying. I need Black Chicago to really understand the opportunity you have through the city colleges, all 7 of them.
Nate, you got to come. Y'all got to get advertising on the What's in it for the Black People show. Get on the Maze Jackson show. I bet you people be there. I bet you're going to see a result from today, what happened. And this is one of our biggest shows because of what happened yesterday at the University of Chicago. But that's why we got places like Malcolm X. We need to be hosting forums like what we saw yesterday. Well, shoot, that's what you're doing today.
I'm trying to do
That's what you're doing today. Hey, y'all, this is my man, Nate Ward, 100 Black Men, Malcolm X. Nate, I used to see you everywhere. I really didn't know you was the director of outreach for Malcolm X. I just knew Nate was the man. Like, everywhere you go, Nate is there. Nate, we appreciate everything that you do in the community, man. I'll hate to go ahead. I'll let you get a close. I hate to push you, but I'm just
I appreciate everything you're doing, man, and truly want to support the work you're doing. So anytime you need us to come on your show, anytime you want to come to Malcolm X and speak to our students or any of our colleges, let me know because it's important. You said something earlier today about colleges, that place where you start that critical thinking and questioning what's going on. That's how I started doing this community work when I was down in Illinois State. Questioning all them white folks. What's going on?
You went to Illinois State.
I went to Illinois State.
Oh, God. You were down there with them twins and stuff. All right, y'all.
All right,
it's my man, Nate Ward. Don't forget the State of the Black Man today, Malcolm X College. I see people saying they signing up right now. So y'all make sure y'all check out. When you see my man Carl Murray, you make sure you look out for him. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to get Kiana Barber, too. But right now, I'm going to go back to the callers. Callers, what did I do wrong, man? What did I do wrong? Like, in asking what's in it for the black people and asking about what about our future at the future of black people in politics? What happened? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, is there anybody on that line?
Byron is here.
Byron
is here. Oh my man.
Byron, you not rocking. You about to be on you about to be in the dancing slave commercial. Do I gotta just give it up, Byron? Should I just give up and move to like Yorkville or something? Just become a Republican.
That's a starter. But anyway, hey, Tyrone said it all. Tyrone Muhammad, whatever the guy's name is, he's with the scoop. But the other guy that followed him, he said we got turned all the tables over, right?
Right.
That means, who's our biggest problem? It's the Democratic Party. And nobody wants to say it. We are led by Democrats. And the black ones are shameless. I told you about Willie Mandela, what you did in South Africa. We got to bring the tires out for him. We got to bring the tires out for him. And the brooms.
Wait,
okay?
the tires? What you mean by the tires?
I can't say right now, mate. Because
are you talking about the Winnie Mandela tires?
Yes.
Oh,
We got to do
you
that.
tripping, Byron. Reese, do you know what he's talking about doing? He's saying you need to put a tire with gasoline around their neck and start it on fire. Byron
because
tripping.
They don't get it. No, they don't get it. You see what I'm saying? See, we come up, and one guy called, we've been voting. You've been voting for a Democrat Party to be enslaved. You got to, I tell you, if somebody offered you 10% and the other person offered you 0 and keep offering you 0, would you continue to vote, get the 0? Yes or no? That's why I'm saying forget all this racism nonsense. Let's get what's best for us, from whoever's going to give it to us. Forget that party stuff. All those black officials downstate and in Chicago need to go. All of them. I don't care what LaCharles Ford or no. Did he vote for that cannabis bill? I want to know. Did he vote for that cannabis bill? He voted for it, right?
Right.
That's what that Tyrone was talking about. He's got to go too. Forget this. He's a nice guy. He does this little stuff. He's shucking jazz with us. He plays us. Okay? We can't have nobody playing us now. We got to have people on our side working for us. Remember, I told you, Maeve, there's 150,000 people from South America coming over the border every month. They're replacing us. We ain't got time for shucking and jabbing no more. They got to make a stand. Danny Davis got to make a stand. That Robin Kelly got to make a stand. The Panther Man got to make a stand. Are they for us? Are they for them? They got to make a stand. Otherwise, the tire have to be employed. The tire has to be employed. Reese, what do you say to this?
Reese, I just pushed the button.
You did a good thing. You did the right thing. You did the right thing, Reese. Because we can't go down this road forever. They're wiping us out. It's a Democratic Party. They're bringing in all these people to replace us. 150,000 plus every month, Maze. And black folks still watching the MSNBC and CNN. That's the worst place you can get information. Try something else. Look at what they do to people in Canada. They are bankrupting all those truck drivers, taking all their money and they're selling their trucks. That's a dictatorship. That's right next to our door. And you think people here and Ocasio-Cortez don't look at that and see, hey, we can do it to all these people here too, especially the Negroes. We have no power. They can do it to us anytime. They're just using us to get what they want, then they're going to lower the boom on us. Just like you said, Nate. I didn't mean to get emotional, but
it's hard.
How's your day going, though?
Ain't it hard, Byron? It's like I wrote my question down just so I wouldn't get emotional, and I was like, and then he's like, Maze, we're not going to do this.
You know what? Man, you know what it reminds me of? I used to work at a place called AT&T, and about 15 years ago, they introduced this LGBT stuff. I said to those guys, can I ask any question I want to? They said, oh, yeah. Guess who was asking all the questions? I asked for proof, all the stuff you claim this and that. I said, show me the proof. They said, and anybody else outside of Byron have a question? Nobody have a question because they were all scared. I wasn't scared of them. They said, Byron, why are you doing this? I said, I got to do it because these fools are coming for us. They can make us bow down to them. I knew what was coming. I knew what's coming now. See, either you can make a stand or you're not going to make a stand. You can die in the street or you can die fighting for it. Which one are you going to take?
Hey, man, that would imply that.
And Tyrone was right. We got to fight for this.
So, I'm going to tell you, Byron. Y'all hold on. I need all y'all to keep. First of all, Byron, you know, it's funny because you grow in a fan club, Byron. Reese ain't your only fan no more. It's like I see the people be like, I kind of agree with Byron. Next thing we gonna all be dancing happy slaves in the commercial. Did you call Kiana?
Whenever you ready. Hey, Byron gonna have you need a Byron and Tyrone show together.
That would be hilarious.
Right
we
there.
might do that.
Good,
when I have to take my mental break. But let me do this. Hey, y'all, can I get y'all to keep, I want to take this show just a little bit longer. Because I want to get to all the questions. Because I really do, and I'm going to play it back one more again because I think it's important that we look at how we were responded to in that space. And then, but before we do that, y'all, it is a big weekend coming up, and it starts tomorrow. And I got to tell y'all, I was super excited when she came to the show a couple weeks ago, and I finally got an invite to the Legacy Awards, and I couldn't be happier. But before we even get to the Legacy Awards, tomorrow at Malcolm X, look, Malcolm X cracking. There will be the Power Conference, and I'm going to be on the panel at the Power Conference unless she kicked me off. But in case you don't know this sister, in case you have been under a rock, she not there? Uh-oh. In case she's been we waiting on Kiana Barber to call in. I was trying to get you to call her from the thing, and she ain't answering. All right, so we still trying to get Kiana Barber. Anyway, tomorrow is the Power Conference, and then Saturday, the Legacy Awards. It is going to be on and popping, and I can't wait to talk to Kiana Barber if we can get on the phone. But in the meantime, Riis, I'll take the next call. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What you got for me? Caller? Hey, caller, are you there? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show? All right, they left. What? You trying to talk to her? Or you trying to... Caller, next caller. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show? Hello?
You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
That's caller.
Hello?
Hello? Hey, caller. You on the Maze Jackson Show?
Shalom, Mikey. Real quick.
Jake, what up, dog? All the way from Houston.
Yeah, and don't get it twisted. Don't come over east. 91st and Pearly. East side all day. All day. Look, Flip, are you kidding? That's why I bring up Yates. You know what I mean? I'm down the street from Rainbow Beach. I walk past Rainbow Beach. 79, 87, 91st. All right. But real quick, no, you didn't say anything wrong, bro. You was very kind. Sound very intelligent. You didn't say anything wrong. But did you look at their eyes, man? They looking like some snakes. And old girl eyes were so dark, bro. Over the mask, but just look at their eyes. You know what I'm saying? And old boy next to her, look at his eyes. He talked to them, seducing with his eyes, bro. I'm like,
did you see him trying to get Gregory?
Hey, and then old girl with the weave over her shoulder with the red on the Zoom. I'm like, look at this, man. You watching snakes in motion, man. Or with syrup, you know what I mean? Coming out silly. I'm surprised a 4 ton that come out their mouth, bro. I'm like, oh my goodness, bro. And Brother Muhammad, I can dig what he's saying and all that, but yeah, bro. To get in that game, you got to have some bread. Now, in California, it's a brother, you know what I mean, who was locked up for years on that, but they gave him the bread to open it and gave him the dispensary and things of that nature. You need the bread to get in the game. You know, you got to have the bread, and you got to know the know-how. Good thing, old boy from Malcolm X, you know what I mean, who said, you know what I mean, they got the classes. You just can't come in there, okay, we'll just, yeah, he was locked up. Now get over this industry. We got a lot of people. It's a lot of people across the country. It's a lot of rappers and things of that nature that's already in the industry, already know the ins and outs. You got to know the business to be in the business. It's just not going to be like, okay, we're going to give it to you because you handle it. You got to be able to handle it. You got to know what you're doing, bro. And I think you educated enough. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? Get advice and things of that nature, but it's not a game. It's a big time business. You understand? And that's all I want to say, bro. And thank you for, you know what I mean, taking my call. But man, look, Flip, man, you got me messed up, bro.
Flip, game over, man. That was a dope show. All right, that's my man Jake Israel, all the way from the H. You know, that's what Carrie from, the H. She from Chicago, but she from the H. She was born in Chicago, but she from the H. That's why I got me a Southern girl. She don't cook, though. But it's okay, though. She know how to dress. It's the Maze Jackson Show. She is a lady at all times. Any more callers on there, Riis? They don't want to talk to me. Okay, Riis, I'm going to play it one more again. Should I play it again? I'll wait. Let's take the calls. It's the Maze Jackson Show. What did I say wrong, y'all? What did I do wrong? Why is it such an offense?
Man, y'all on fire. Shalom. I had to call back.
What's up, Israel?
Man, it's on the cracket.
Israel.
Yeah, I'm glad to know Jacob from Chi-Town, because I thought he from Houston. Shalom, Jacob. And you know I'm riding or die with my man Tyrone and Big Greg. So I've been fighting the I've been fighting the University of Chicago for about the last 10 years. I'm gonna call out some names. Derek Douglas, his baby was born. Yeah, we were protesting. His baby 10 years old now. He's been, gatekeeping. Got a lot of other people. That Zimmerman, he gone. He got this new president over there. So I'm so happy Yahweh brought y'all on deck. I've been fighting this fight for a long time. Even when I went to George Blakemore thing they had. Me and Jake, when George Blakemore was the only one down in city council harassing all them people. And you asked me to fall off the water wreck because your wife was there. You remember that? So I just gave them some help. Let them breathe over there because your wife was over there. But I've been going at these people for a long time. Just glad it's hitting the fan now. But right now, University of Chicago is bogus. They split the atom over there. The gangs are started over there. Not so much about the University of Chicago, like Jacob just said. Them devils and them serpents. They even made some lab rats over there when they started that Black Lives Matter stuff. Man, I know all about the University of Chicago, boy. They out of order. I'm glad y'all went there.
Thank you, brother. Next caller. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show. Kiana, we still trying to get you. Kiana Barber. We are trying to talk to you. But in the meantime, give us a call, 872-259-7474. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show.
Hello, this is Ade from Chicago right here.
Hold on 1 second.
Turn his volume down in the background. We can hear the show as he talks.
It's me? Oh, you telling him?
No.
Caller, turn your show down. You can say that. You just go ahead and tell him. Caller, turn it down in the background. What's up, caller? Did I do something wrong? Is it wrong for us to ask why does it seem like, turn that down. It seems like we cannot ask black leaders about black people in public without it being offensive. What did I do wrong in this exchange?
Personally, I see nothing wrong in you asking a question, because if you have to go theology in the Quran, it says that if you can't be a teacher, be a questionnaire. And even it says that you should seek knowledge as far as China. And also in the Bible it says that my people die for lack of knowledge. So there's something wrong in you asking a question. And my own, I'm a Yoruba man. And there's a Yoruba philosophy that says, if you want to have a balanced perspective of life, you need to have a dog to worship you, and you need to have a cat to ignore you. So with that, you have a balanced perspective of life. So I see nothing wrong in you asking your question. I just want to address this issue because I've been listening to your program a couple of times, and I want to let you know that, and your listeners, I don't really see anything wrong in the society we're living in. Now, I got to be careful what I do when I say it, because I am sure and I've experienced it. There's racism, there's structural racism, there's personal racism, there's all these negative things about black and white and all the stuff. I get it. It's there. But what I'm more particular about is, what is our people doing about this? Somebody was talking earlier, what's his name? His name is Byron. He was talking about Democrat. I'm a Democrat. I am a Democrat. And I'm a Democrat based on philosophy. I'm a Democrat based on the Keynesian economics models, which say we could have the government in the economic process and you have the private sector. I believe a Republican is a Republican by philosophy, which is the philosophy of Adam Smith, which doesn't believe government being in the affairs of making business or making economic production. So those are two philosophies. But if you look into it, you will see that both philosophies are trying to make people's life better. But the question is this: what are the people themselves doing? Everywhere you go in this country, you will find more black people in the city limits, within the city limits. But most of the time, who governs the city limits? The white people. We are the majority, but you always find a white person running the city. Why? Mostly because we don't go out to vote. We go to vote sometimes on the general election, like the presidential election. I think that is all in all. I came to the United States in 2007, right on the eve of Obama becoming the president. And I was following the politics and everything. And I was telling my black friends that I came acquainted with that this black guy is going to win. He's going to be the candidate of the Democratic Party. They didn't believe me. I was just here in 2007, in January 2007, and I can understand the politics that quick. And I was able to predict. Now, when this guy got in, who were his legislators? White people. We all know that the racism that goes on in this country. Do you think they will make him succeed? Do you think they will want him to do anything good? He himself being a black president is a sting upon them, on them. But what is our people doing? The legislative election that came up 2 years after, he lost. He lost the Senate and he lost the House of Reps. So what has he become? A lame dumb president. But we're kind of like, oh, he ain't done this, he didn't do this.
He should have picked. Let me just say this. Hold on. But let's just be clear.
Okay.
We waited for Obama for 2 years. We sat out. We said we wasn't going. We said we weren't gonna attack him because he didn't do nothing for us. Then the white folks that he was so busy catering to backed out on him. Black people never backed out on Obama. So don't say that. Black people voted higher and faster than they ever did for President Obama both election terms. And we got nothing. Now, if you say, what are we doing? Damn it, we voted. Now, there's more to be done, but damn, what did Texas do? What did all the other people that benefited from Obama do? Go to the next call. Don't call me talking about no Obama. We around here talking about, he was the one talking about dreamers. Go to the next call. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show. Caller, hello? 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 Caller, did we lose you? All right, go to the next one. Caller, you're on the Mace Jackson Show.
Hello?
Hey, caller.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
This is Katie. I'm in the car. I got to get my COVID test.
Because you got to get on that plane. I'm gonna be looking for you with your all right, don't go over there and come back here with no Wally now.
I want a rich chic, like Janet Jackson, a rich chic. But anyway, no, Maze. Luckily that you were there and you told us about it because it was very learning experience. Claude Anderson says that, our people got to compete or else, we're going to be in deep trouble. And I was happy to hear about Malcolm X's program. They need to get out to the schools. I mean, I just went to my granddaughter's school when they had their opening session in the fall. And the teacher said he didn't have enough money to buy materials for the chemistry class. And I said, what? He had to go in his pocket. Now that's crazy. Now we got all these people over here with these different colleges that have all this information. They need to disseminate out to the high schools, to the black high schools. The children there are suffering. I want to thank ECCSC for what they did for Blakemore. I think it was a remarkable thing they did for his birthday and showed appreciation. I always love Blakemore, and that's what I got to say. But thank you, Mace, for telling us about it. I'm happy you were there and you did nothing wrong.
Thank you to the president of the phone club, Miss Katie Lindsay. Who else we got on there, Reese? Give me a call. You on the Mace Jackson Show.
Hey, what's going on, Maze? Robert.
What up, Robert? How
I
you
was
feeling?
just calling, man, with my hands and with my heart. But, no, I just want to say, man, you didn't do nothing wrong. The main thing that you did, well, the problem is that you were talking to some trained Negroes. So they were trained not to answer you and trained to just, as your co-host says, not be on code and have no code for black folks. And it just frustrates me because, like Senator Lightfoot was saying, how she represents us and speaks for us, but then how come
It's just frustrating that us as a community, we can't hold our elected officials or the people who say they represent us accountable. It just makes me, like that caller was vouching for Barack, it just makes me want to go with the white folks and the Latinos, because it's just so disheartening when people who look like you ain't giving you nothing on purpose. And it's just the most frustrating thing. It's like, if I'm going to get nothing, I'd rather go with the other people who I don't even have no expectation of then, if I'm just going to get nothing. It's just train Negroes. But anyway, that's it. That's all I got. I'm out. Thank you for the show.
Thank you for your call. Anybody else on that line, Riis? All right, y'all. Let me back up. We got to get Kiana Barber on here tomorrow. I apologize, Nate. This show got super hot, and we definitely want to. Riis, I'm going to play, instead of let's get down to business, I'm going to just play the outro. I'm going to play this clip one more time, and we're going to take it out until we go. All right, so just leave it on. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. So for Maze and Riis and Ruthie, sometimes y'all, I ain't as bad as people think. And I really don't know that I did anything wrong. I just want to make sure that how can you have a forum called The Next Generation of Black People in Leadership in Illinois and refuse to talk about black people? Look, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day I ask, oh no, what's in it? It's Maze Jackson. What's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, and now we'll go out with the clip from yesterday's University of Chicago event.
Agree that it can't be the same people over and over again, and we have to think as a city. And she's challenged us to think as a city about those barriers that result in kind of the same old over and over again. I appreciate the question.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
That's right. How you doing? My name is Maze Jackson, and I just have a question. I wrote it. As next generation black leaders, right? Because when I came here, this was about the next generation of black leaders. I want to know what you all see as the future of Black Chicago, particularly as I hear us continually talking about people of color, and as we're watching this people of color debate play out in the city council. And additionally, where do you believe we fit as it relates to the rights of undocumented immigrants to vote in municipal elections, because we're seeing it happen around the country, and it is part of the disenfranchisement of black people, not people of color. So I'd like to hear a response to
that. Who's going to go first?
Who wants to take a crack at that?
I think May's question was loaded, and I if he could repeat it, I could try to be helpful. I think the first part he said is like looking forward to the future. How do we envision black people? If I got that right, Mays, help me. But we're hoping at the state that the Black Caucus pillars that we passed, it didn't get the attention that it should. It didn't get the promotion that it should. But when I tell you how life-changing, we were doing a public series with the University of Illinois at Springfield, and one of the African-American women professors, she is teaching her class, a lot of them at Eastern Northern, they're teaching their classes off of our pillars right now when they talk about equity and transparency and inclusion. And one of the things she said was that we're only 4 times removed from slavery, and that it takes at least that amount of time to implement, to get it to that level that you feel it. You're born into a society where it's not 52% blacks across this country are born into poverty. But she says just the education pillar alone would erase 2 decades. So, and that's why I'm just so stern on implementing this to its fullest, because if this is implemented accurately, instead of 40 more years of poor education systems that are constantly developing individuals who cannot pass the city exam for a community college level, systems that do not take preschool children and ensure that they're ready to read by kindergarten, systems that automatically do not allow graduates who have a 3.5 GPA from high school, did a wonderful job, did all they could, but their high school didn't have basic requirements that the University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana is asking for, so they automatically are disqualified, right? So those are the type of things that this pillar addressed, and it would raise 20 years of living in poverty.
Senator, I think what Mays sort of raised also, a piece of it, anybody that wanted to take it, is do any of you see tension between Illinois' black residents and Illinois' Latino residents, and how do those politics work?
Well, back up, because I do just want to touch back. Realistically, we just in this conversation talked about the great reverse migration. We're seeing black people leave the city of Chicago. We're seeing black people leave Cook County. At the same time, we are seeing a tremendous push for undocumented immigrants to get full rights. We've removed citizenship from our city documents. And so my question, because this forum was about the next generation of black leaders, what do you see as the future for black leaders here in Chicago? And then how does that work in conjunction with the rights that we are seeing happen for undocumented immigrants to vote? We're watching it play out right now in the city council.
All right.
So
thank you, Mays. We got it.
Mays, I'm not sure if I'm going to answer your question completely, but I'll just speak personally. Look, I've got a 5-year-old son and 2.5-year-old twins who I'm raising right here in the city of Chicago. I love this city and I love this county, right? And we're invested into the city and this county. They and our other children are the future of Chicago and of Cook County. They are the future, and so we have to invest in them. We have to invest in them, and it starts from the very beginning. When it comes to your question about non-citizens, I mean, we're going to help everyone. That's what government is here for. Period. I'm not gonna get into the political question. I'm going to get into the moral issue in the moral answer. And the moral answer is we will always help and support our folks and residents of Cook County. Period. That's government's responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you for this opportunity, and
thank you.
And I just wanted to say to our black